All right. The gears are rolling. Knicks are winning. We're doing the damn thing, people. We doing the damn thing. So let's get into this one. The New York Knicks took a road trip from Toronto out to Vegas to go face what seems to be a good foe for them so far. 4 times in what feels like a month. None other than the Orlando Magic. And these guys were in the semis for the Emirates NBA Cup. These guys competing so that way they can get to the finals and get that cash, because you already know Desmond Bane wanted to get some money to pay off the fine. And potentially, Mikal Bridges wants to get a truck like Mitchell Robinson. But nonetheless, these guys would open up in the first quarter, and they were trading shot for shot, man. Jalen Suggs decided to go into his Michael Jordan bag out of nowhere. But Jalen Brunson said, hold on, partner. You got to slow down right now, because I'm going to start hitting my shots as well to keep this team in the game, man. And look, this team was going back and forth all the way through the first half, but the Knicks would get a slight edge ending that first half. Opening the third, man, looked like the Knicks were going to be on their way to rolling this one all the way through, but then the Magic decided to make a, out of nowhere, come from behind, lead, take the lead out of nowhere, but then didn't matter, man. Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson dropping 40 points, Mikal Bridges, Jordan Clarkson, everyone doing the damn thing. Even Tyler Kolek out here getting steals and finding Bridges, man, for easy layups. This was a solid offensive win all the way through with some good defensive moments. Hey, man, New York Knicks win this one 132-120, and they move on. They move on to the finals of the NBA Cup to face, who knows, the San Antonio Spurs or the reigning champs, Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's talk about it, everybody. Let's talk about it tonight. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. All right. CP's on his way back from the watch party, so we're going to get all of his takes from that as well and get his thoughts on the game too. But I want to get your thoughts on the game first, okay? Because, hey, this was a hell of a win for the New York Knicks, man. I don't want to hear nobody talk about that this NBA Cup doesn't mean anything, okay? Stop with that nonsense, because Jalen Suggs out here hurt his hip, try to stay in the game and compete. So you already know that these guys are taking it to heart. 3rd season in full effect. Hey, these players are taking this game seriously, this in-season tournament seriously. So I'm going to start taking it seriously, even though I wanted this thing from the jump. So let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. Damn. Woo, man, this game was a fun one. I mean, even if you weren't a fan of either one of these teams, I mean, the back and forth scoring was just electric. I mean, we got to 90 points by the end of the 3rd quarter for both of these teams, man. To me, it was pretty shocking, because I was not expecting the Orlando Magic to come out looking like that offensive type of juggernaut. Now, obviously, things started to slow down because Jalen Suggs couldn't hit a shot in the second half. Looked like he injured either his groin or his hip. Not sure. We'll get more information as it comes through. But this was a great offensive production. I mean, in the first quarter alone, both teams were shooting over 60% from the field. 62 for the Orlando Magic, 61% for the New York Knicks. This team was just it was just wild, absolutely wild. I thought it was highly entertaining. Obviously, of course, the Knicks are one of the top 3 teams offensively in the league right now, and they showed all of that to task tonight. And I mean, damn. I mean, the cutting, the rebounding, the pushing of the pace, it just seemed like they were doing everything that they wanted to do and just impose their will on the Orlando Magic, who, look, noted for their defense throughout this NBA. That's the thing that we keep hearing from everybody. This team being the Orlando Magic, has a good, solid defense. That's what they like to hang their hat on. But look, the Knicks were able to drop 132 points on them. So what defense did they have? Now you could say, hey, there's no Franz Wagner. Jalen Suggs, who likes to be a pest on defense, left the game in the second half. But look, they were still getting their shots no matter what. There was no way the Magic were going to slow this Knicks team down whatsoever. I mean, let's just go back to the first quarter and let's look what was happening, okay? After Suggs made the first shot, we had Karl Anthony Towns working the high post, and Mikal Bridges coming from the right side wing, curling around Towns to get a little separation, man. Just all he needed, just going around Towns to get his defense, a little separation from the defense. Cat gets a nice, easy bounce pass for him to get the easy layup. And it was just all that throughout the rest of the night. Just Beautiful bounce passes, beautiful passing all around. Everybody was just in sync tonight, and you can see that Mike Brown's philosophy is coming through each and every single game as the Knicks just get more and more chemistry, more familiar where everyone's supposed to be on the floor together. And on top of that, understanding what their roles are, the identity is coming through, just slowly at a time. And it's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful to see because, as we all know, last year, this team had the offensive talent, just not the consistency on a night-to-night basis. But when you start seeing Towns, Hart, Brunson, Bridges, all these guys, OG, just finding guys for easy passes. How about even the pass from Cat? The leak-out pass to OG Anunoby to then find Mikal Bridges. Not once did that ball touch the floor, man. Not one dribble. This team is just moving at a high rate offensively, and I'm loving everything about it. I'm loving everything about it. Tell me what you all think about this offense right now because it is humming beautifully. Let me pull up the numbers right now and see where this team is just by NBA.com going through the advanced stats. As of right now, we're still waiting for the numbers to come through tonight. But the Knicks are number 2 right now, an offensive rating, averaging 121.8 points per game, man. This team is just insane right now. And of course, we could talk about Brunson. We could talk about Cat. I just felt like everybody was doing the damn thing tonight and just getting to their spots. And then defensively, look, when you go through that third quarter and you see that the Magic were able to get a 2-point lead towards the end, it was around like the 4 or 5 minute mark. And you're wondering, hey, can this Orlando Magic team actually come out of nowhere and start to take command of this game and impose their will? The Knicks locked up defensively. And we can credit Wingstop for the most part because you have OG, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges just creating turnovers, getting blocks, just making it, contesting shots so well, giving the Magic fits to try to find their own shots in the third quarter, man, going into the fourth. And that's what you want to see from this team. This team is not going to be a defensive juggernaut just because when 2 of your top players are not great defenders, it's just going to be hard to do. But the fact that they're getting opportunistic turnovers and doing what they need to do at critical moments in the game when they need to, that's important for this team, man. So you love to see it. And let's see where they are defensively right now in the season. Knicks are, actually, look at this. They're climbing the ranks. They're climbing the ranks right now. Knicks are 10th right now in defensive rating in the NBA. So when they were once 13, they're now 10th. And you could say, hey, it's the opponents or whatever, but hey, they're doing the damn thing. So they are now a top 10 team defensively. And look at that, man. Mike Brown getting this team to lock in defense. Wow. And we saw it, man. Defense was a critical factor in this game. Like I said, going through the third quarter, this thing was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love everything that this team's doing right now, man. They're just playing with so much chemistry, so much joy. It's beautiful, man. It's just a beautiful thing right now. Beautiful chemistry from this team. It's awesome to see. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. The New York Knicks win this one 132-120. Hell of a game by the Knicks, man, to advance to the Emirates NBA Cup Finals. We'll see who we take on, man. Do you guys care who you face in the finals? Do you want to see the Thunder? Do you want to see the Spurs? You guys let me know who you want to see in the NBA Finals. Or maybe it doesn't matter to you, man. Maybe it doesn't matter to you because you believe in this team like I do, that this team can go pretty far this year. So let's go. Let's see what we got, man. Let's see what we got. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to all the franchise channel members. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Ooh, we got the Chief Mod Operation TM in the chat. We got Armin Dura. Shout out to you, man, for being in here as well. We got Wise Guy. Appreciate you. Real Talk. Shout out to you for being in here as well. Who else we got in here tonight, man? We got, let's see. Let's keep it going. We got William J. Bowman. Shout out to you, man. We got Zach in here. We got Muted Growl. Appreciate all you for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. I'm seeing some people in the chat saying they want OKC. They want OKC. You guys want the test. You guys want to see if we can compete with the reigning champs. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'd like to see that too. This team has been dominant. This team's been dominant on the air. And look, they haven't had their full roster yet. They haven't have everybody healthy from who's won that championship. But I still want to see them too, man, because they're doing the damn thing. And that'll be a great test for New York to see where they are right now and what they got to do to level up as the season progresses. All right. let's get into my player of the game, people. Let's get into my player of the game because, whoo, whoo. I kind of wish Mike Brown left him in to get some more points, but hey, it is what it is. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the captain himself, Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson. Damn, what a game for him tonight, man. Almost broke the record, which is 41 points in the NBA Cup. Dude dropped 40 points, 16 of 27 shooting. So he shot over 60, was it? Close to 60% tonight from the field. 205 from downtown. Did most of his work in the paint tonight. 6 and 9 from the free throw line. Got you 8 assists. Only 2 turnovers to go with that. And a steal. Man, Jalen Brunson was cooking tonight. Man was on an absolute burner. The Brunson burner, as they call him. Look, I know they like to say Jalen Suggs is like a good matchup for him, man, that he can just like, irritate him. And look, we know how Jalen Suggs likes to roll, man. We know how he likes to roll. He likes to be the aggressor. He likes to try to throw you off your game. He likes to cross over the line and do all that stuff. Not for the captain. Not for the captain, baby. Not for the captain, okay? Because he came out here and said, look, I don't care who you throw in front of me. It could be Jalen Suggs. It could be Anthony Black, who he said, hold on, wait a minute, take a seat, kiddo. You ain't going to stop me from this one. Drills a 3 right in the front of his face while he's sitting on the ground. No one's stopping Jalen Brunson, man. Put some respect on this man. And I'm seeing nonsense from Bill Simmons and the Ringer saying, oh, you're talking about Cade and Maxey and all this stuff. No. If you didn't watch tonight's game, this is exactly why you got to put respect on his name, man, because this guy goes out here, competes every single night, shows you why he's the leader of this team, why he's got the captain designation. And look, even though all of the stars got into double-digit scoring tonight, he took over and knew he knew it was on the line tonight. He knew it was on the line tonight, regardless of how you feel about the NBA Cup. He knew it was on the line tonight. He took matters into his own hands, got down, got physical in the paint, utilized that footwork, all right? The step through constantly, man, going left, finishing off the glass, using the floater, using the run. It doesn't matter what it was. He got wherever he wanted in the paint against a defense, against the backcourt of Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, who people are touting as, a top defensive backcourt here, and it didn't matter. It did not matter whatsoever. He got here and dropped 40 on them. 40 burger. Nothing. Don't tell me anything, man. You can't stop this guy. You can't stop him, all right? That's why he's the captain. That's why he's phenomenal. It just irritates me, man, seeing nonsense like that. Irritates me. But Jalen Brunson, man, this is why he is who he is. And this team will go only as far as he goes. And we already know that 99.9% of the time, because, hey, man, no one can be 100% perfect. But he's going to go out there, give you his best shot. And, for the most part, like I said, 99.9% of the time, it's gold, man. Absolute gold. I mean, look, it's going to be interesting to see what they do against the next matchup because, look, you got nice young guards in San Antonio. You got a nice backcourt in OKC, but to me, it doesn't even matter who's guarding him, man. He's already shown enough that he can take on whoever. It doesn't matter whether it was the Miami Heat, when he first arrived in New York, whether it was going against Philadelphia. Doesn't matter. We could even talk about last year. You want to talk about the Boston Celtics? Doesn't matter, man. He continues to add to the resume of his greatness. And look, just phenomenal, man. Absolute phenomenal. He's having a hell of a season, too. Let's pull up the stats on the season because let's see where he is right now. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Jalen Brunson just doing the damn thing as always. He is averaging on the season 28.3 points, man. So this is 4 seasons in a row where he's averaging 24 points or more throughout the regular season. And right now it's at 28.3. Last year was 26 points per game. We're more than a quarter way through the season, and he's averaging 28 points per game. His assists are almost there. He averaged 7 last year, 6 on the season, 6 right now. But even the effective field goal percentage hasn't really dropped that much. 55% last year, 54, close to 55%, is 54.8 right now. Dude is just continuing to show why he's an efficient beast. Jalen Brunson, man. Shout out to you, man. player of the game. Fantastic. Nothing more than I could say that he is just a phenomenal basketball player. Superstar at that. And we're just lucky to have him on our team, man. Lucky to have him on our team. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning for another KFTV post-game live. Knicks win this one 132-120. Phenomenal game by everybody. Jalen Brunson leading the way. Just absolute phenomenal performance. All right. Let's get into my player of the game. All right. Now there is a lot of guys that you could say, hey, role player of the game, that is. There's a lot of guys that you could say, hey, there's a role player of the game tonight. You can either go OG, you can even go Karl Anthony Towns, you can go Josh Hart, you can go Mikal Bridges. Hey, maybe you even want to say Tyler Kolek or Mitchell Robinson for how these guys played tonight. All right, Kolek gave you some good minutes tonight too. Kolek gave you some good minutes. But if I'm going to have to go with the role player of the game for myself, I'm going to tell you who it is right now. It is none other than Karl Anthony Towns, man. I'm giving Karl Anthony Towns the role player of the game. And don't argue with me saying that, look, he's a star and all this. Look, man, dude was doing his part tonight as well. He was doing his part tonight. OG, right there, man. But I'm going to give it to Karl Anthony Towns just because 29 points, 9-11 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 8 boards, 2 assists. Guy was just battling. He also got a steal and a block. Let me not cheat him out of those stats either, man, because Karl Anthony Towns was doing the damn thing too. And an efficient basketball game from him, man. Good to see that he's now on the up and up. Had a slow start to the season, but it looks like really right now that he's starting to come through and look like the efficient basketball player that we know. And what I liked about Karl Anthony's game tonight is that he was being aggressive. And that's the thing I just want to see from Cat, man, especially from the offensive side. Defensively, he had a good job. He did a good job too. But offensively, he was just aggressive. And look at this highlight right here. Just bodying Wendell Carter, man. Just bodying him. It didn't matter who was in the paint. Karl Anthony Towns tonight was absolutely ready to drive and just muscle anybody. And it wasn't just one moment. It was a lot of moments. I mean, look at this once again. Taking Wendell Carter off the dribble to the hoop baseline and gets the emphatic dunk. So, Karl Anthony Towns tonight, man, just playing an aggressive game. And when he's aggressive, when he's not passive and just indecisive, it's just, when he knows what he wants to do, that's when he's at his best. That's when he's absolutely at his best. And for a team that needs him and Brunson, okay, that's your top 2 guns right there offensively. This is the type this is what we need from him on a night-to-night basis. And once again, he did most of his damage being in the paint. All right. Only 4 shots from downtown. So he did most of his damage in the paint. And that's why he got to the free throw line too. Slowed the game down, was able to make his shots. The guy was just being absolutely physical against, once again, an Orlando Magic team that loves to play physical, that is known for their defense. Okay. And so when you see Karl Anthony Towns after going through 3 meetings with them and is ready, keep in mind, he now knows how they like to play, where they like to position themselves on the court, how they like to defend him. He was able to adjust and prepare for this matchup and be physical and be ready to do what he needed to do in tonight's matchup offensively. And then defensively, okay, let's talk about defensively because, hey, it looks like, shout out to NBA New York getting the footage, man, and get the image. But it looks like one individual named Karl Anthony Towns is wearing the vest, the hard hat, and got the Timbs around because it looks like he's the defensive player of the game. And so I guess there you go. First one to beat it. First one out of the 2 guys who's known for poor defense between Brunson and Cat. Karl Anthony Towns is the first one to win it. And I thought rightfully so. I mean, the way that he got blocked tonight, he was positioning himself. He was ready for either Bane. He was ready for Suggs. He was ready for anyone who was coming down the lane, even Paulo, and going to battle and make sure that he met them at the rim. And even if it wasn't always successful, he was willing to put his body on the line defensively to slow them down. And I thought he did a phenomenal job protecting the paint tonight. And look, it also helps too when you got Mitchell Robinson out there and you got the Twin Towers going out there. But even still, when Cat was out there by himself, the man was defending at a good level, man. What you want to see from Towns. we absolutely want to see from Towns. And look, a good two-way performance from him. I thought the physicality matched on both ends of the court tonight. Towns just providing you what you needed from your second star player on this team. And that's why he's my role player of the game tonight. Okay? That's why he's my role player of the game tonight. Who do you people think is the role player of the game tonight? Is it Karl Anthony Towns? Is it OG Anunoby? Josh Hart? Bridges? Do you want to even talk about Tyler Kolek? Is he another guy that you guys think could be in a role player of the game for the minutes that he had tonight? Because look, Mike Brown was trusting him tonight. He gave him 16 minutes, more than Yabu. He was more willing to go with the small guard lineup tonight and mix and match. We saw a lot of Brunson and Kolek out there. Prior to see Brunson off ball, that's why Kolek got there. But hey, Kolek had a nice steal, found Mikal Bridges. I thought he had a nice layup as well. Kolek just doing a good job, man. He's improving every single step along the way. I like it, man. I like it. So who do you people think? You get some of you see OG, some of you are saying Cat, some of you are saying Hart. So look, I think all these are great options, man. Everyone stepped up tonight. I think all these are great options for role player of the game. I'm going with Cat tonight. He's my role player of the game. Like I said, awesome job by him, man. Awesome job by him. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning for another KFTV post-game live. New York Knicks win 132-120. All right. I see some of you are in here waiting to give me your takes. We got a couple of you on the line, so I'm going to just pull you all right up. I want to hear what your all thoughts are. William J., if you're right there, my man, how you doing? What are your thoughts on this game tonight?
I think one of the biggest things I've noticed since the start of the season is Cat is gradually getting better on defense. I think they're really working on, doing the little things to get him in the right spots to make a good defensive play. Like today, he had a couple of, good blocks in the paint. He's not getting in foul trouble as much, so I think just that focus on him is really like making it easier for him to do everything else on the court. So, in the way that he's driving to the court now, it's a lot more efficient. It's not like wildly out of control. He's keeping his hands and arms closed in. He's not, wailing his arms out and, pushing off or anything like that. And now he's starting to get the foul calls. So I think if they start, tweaking this stuff little bit by little bit, and everybody's starting to buy in. I think if you look at everybody's plays throughout the entire lineup, everybody feels like they have a place, they have something that they can contribute, they have something they can give, and they're all just playing amongst themselves inside the system and not trying to force anything. And I think if they keep playing like this, and just gradually, improve their defense as the season goes on, they're going to be a hard out.
Absolutely, man. They're definitely going to be a tough out. And I think that's a great point by you saying that, we didn't really see Cat foul today, man. I mean, he had three fouls, but it wasn't like it's not like he had anything crazy or anything where you're like, oh my God, why are you doing this tonight? I felt like he was really poised for the most part. And I really like the point where you're saying, he wasn't he was moving his feet. He was staying in front of the defender. I really like that. And I'll also say this. I didn't really see him complain too much to the refs tonight. I mean, he was getting his. So it also helps when you get to the 10 times, but I feel like he actually was like, yo, let me just stay focused in this game. And I thought that was an excellent part of why he was able to stay aggressive and just attack the way that he was doing tonight.
Yeah, I like the way that Brunson said after the post game. He said how everybody's buying in, and it started with him. If he didn't buy in, it made it very difficult for the rest of the team to follow. And I think the fact that he's buying in, he's playing exactly how the system is supposed to be played. Now Cat's starting to get his spot where he feels like where he belongs in the offense. And then OG and Mikal, they're doing the two-way all the time. And then inserting Hart in the starting lineup has changed everything. So I think I think everybody's just now getting comfortable, and I think the more and more they get comfortable, everything's just going to everything's just going to look easy. And it looked a lot of times throughout the game that looked easy. I mean, yes, did they make it difficult on themselves tonight? Yeah, because they didn't, they kind of got locked their days ago on defense and let them come back. But overall, they can turn the gas on anytime they want, and when they do that, I mean, it's really fun to watch.
Absolutely, man. William, appreciate the call, man. They're certainly turning on the gas. Of course. One with some great. Rate that call in the chat, man. Rate that call in the trash. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. I thought that was a great call by Will, man. I thought he had some really good points, especially with regards to Karl-Anthony Towns not, fouling as much, really staying poised, moving his feet. I thought that was a really good point. And then on top of that, this team is getting comfortable, man. We're seeing how everyone can contribute, in their own fashion. It doesn't all have to be like one style. It's like fitting a square hole through a round peg, right? Mike Brown we got to give the head coach a lot of credit for this. He is looking at the skill set of everybody on this team and saying, hey, this is what you do well. This is what you do well. This is what you do well. I'm going to put you in those positions so that way you guys can excel. And on top of that, he's not making unilateral decisions. This is where you have let's even get back to the Josh Hart conversation, right? Where he's listening to his bench saying, hey, this guy was in the starting rotation last year. Put him back in there. He's going to thrive. And sure enough, he's thriving. Look, even tonight, it's the stat sheet. I get it. If you're just box score watching, you'll have no idea what the impact that Josh Hart has for this team, all right? You look at, say, hey, he got 12 points, 6 of 12, 50% from the field tonight, got you 6 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. And you'd be like, all right, he got some numbers there, but is it overwhelming saying, yo, he dominated tonight? No, but if you watch the game, you go by the eye test, this guy is giving you so much on the court. So much. The way he attacks out in transition to make the defense collapse. The way that he's able to find guys on the go, on the perimeter, find guys open for 3. The way that the guy is able just to get rebounds. I mean, I know he lost and went out of bounds, but this man went flying in for a board. And this is what he provides. It's like one of the smallest guys amongst the trees just grabbing boards. One of the only guards. I mean, I guess you could talk about Russell Westbrook when he was in his heyday, but he's one of the top guards right now amongst bigs grabbing boards. That's what he offers, man. So my point is, going back to the head coach, shout out to him, man, for him and the coaching staff doing what they need to do to tweak whatever they need to tweak, whether it's players, schematics, just to make sure that everyone is thriving. All right, let's get back to some more calls, man. Who else we got on here tonight? We also got, you know what? Let's get to Sayquizzy, man. Sayquizzy, what's going on, bro? How you feeling?
You hear me?
Yes, sir. The stage is yours. How you feeling?
Beautiful game. OKC, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, man, we're waiting.
I want OKC. I ain't gonna lie. I want an early matchup because we play in March.
All right.
We play in March, so we don't know who's gonna play at that time. OKC record is crazy, so they might have a whole break by the time March comes. So I want to play them early. But I'm gonna show some love to Cat because we always do bash him when he have a bad game. Mm-hmm. I'm giving him his flowers tonight. He played amazing. He didn't force nothing. He didn't look like he was uncomfortable. He played his game. He didn't do no silly fouls tonight. He got his blocks. He got a steal. This is what I want to see from Cat. 9 from 11 shooting. This was amazing. And he ain't pick up no silly fouls. I'm telling you, if Cat plays like this on the teams that it matters on, Giannis talks will be out the window. Giannis talks would even be talked about if Cat could play like this on the big teams. We understand you could do this on the Nets, but if you could do this on the top teams, we wouldn't even be talking about Giannis. But I'm gonna show some love to Kolek too, because he played good. He ain't have a crazy game, but the little things matter. That steal that he got, passed it to Bridges for the layup, those matter to me. Especially when you got Yabu Woes, he ain't doing nothing out there, man.
It's tough, man. It's a tough watch. It is a tough watch. I mean, look,
I was hoping he checks in the game. His man scores 5 points in 5 seconds. I'm like, yo,
that's why he got 4 minutes. That's only why. That's why he only got 4 minutes tonight.
I understand your offense ain't there, but can you try to play some defense? Make it look like you're trying. But Brunson cooking out there. 40-piece chicken nugget. Nobody could stop him. Magic had no magic stopping him because I felt like Brunson was doing the same play every time. He was going to the paint, step back, mid-range, boom. Footwork, and one. Nobody could stop him. And then shout out to OG Bridges Hart for the defense on Powell. Even though he had 25, it ain't look like he had 25. He had to work for that 25 because I didn't really see him make any shots. I felt like the whole game I was watching, I was saying, let him shoot the ball. He looking like Ben Simmons. He can't make a shot. The only thing he could do is get layups or he was getting his fouls. But I thought they played amazing defense for what they did with him. But That's all I got to say. Now, let's see who wins this game because everybody's saying OKC, but we gonna see. But I want OKC though. But that's all I got to say.
Appreciate you, Sayquizzy. Appreciate you for always tapping in, man. Sayquizzy says he wants to see the Knicks face up against OKC, and I'm with him, man. Doesn't really bother me, but I want to see OKC, man. I want to see how they compete against the top team in the league right now. I mean, like I said earlier, they have not had their full roster at all at any point this season. The team that won the NBA Finals has not played together once, but they are still where they are right now. That just tells you how good they are. And I want to see the Knicks go against them. We already know what it was last season, okay? We know about the fourth quarter demise, and we know about the ass kicking that we got too when they came to our home court. I want revenge. I want to see this team go against OKC and win. I want the chip too. Family show it. I want to see it all, man. I want to see it all. This team's playing at a high level right now. Let's see it. Let's see if the Thunder can stop this offensive juggernaut coming through. All right? That's what I want right now. That's what I want to see. All right, man. Getting hyped, man. This game, how can you not be hyped for this game? We're done with the Magic, all right? Done. Thankfully, we tied the season series at 2 apiece, so there is no advantage for the Magic right now because they had the series season lead 2-1, so thank God for that. But we're done with this team. Be fun to see them in April. I won't lie, April, May, whatever it may be, second round most likely. But, we're done with them. Thank God. And we see this because every single time these two teams match up, there's an injury bound to happen somewhere, whether it was McBride, Shamet, Brunson. Now you got Franz, Paulo, the Suggs. The names just keep piling up, man. The names just keep piling up. So thankfully we're done with them. Nice try. Go home. Desmond Bane, still a clown. Glad that you composed yourself this one for not throwing basketballs. Good job by you. And there we go, man. There we have it. Man, this one, I'm just excited. Hey, guys, I'm just excited. Let me know how you all feel in the chat right now, man. Let me know how you all feel in the chat. Let me know how you all feel right now. And you know what? While we're here, throw the cities where you're from, man. Throw the cities in the chat. Throw your countries. Throw your cities. Throw your towns, neighborhoods, whatever it may be, village, even all of that. Throw it in the chat, man. I want to give you all a shout out right now. All right? But let's keep the show rolling. Let's talk about Tyler Kolek because I know we could talk about every single player on this team, and we'll get to Josh Hart, we'll get to all those guys. We'll continue with the calls, but I want to talk about Tyler Kolek because once again, this guy is progressing in the right direction, and for the news and the rumors that came out, all right, shout out to our guy Chris Persianen over at KFS, all right, does a great job covering the team for Clutch Points, and I know he's got the new gig at the Daily Knicks, part of FanSize. So shout out to you, Chris. But hey, right now the whole backup point guard conversation is a big topic for the New York Knicks right now. And Tyler Kolek, due to some injuries, he is now back in the rotation and doing the damn thing. Okay. So we see him tonight in his 16 minutes, get 4 points, 2 or 3 from the field, 3 boards, 4 assists. Guy 4 assists in his 16 minutes. Good job by him and the 1 steal. Dude had the highest plus minus. I'm not a big guy at plus minus, but just want to let you know that he had some impact tonight. It was a plus 18 coming off the bench. But you saw it tonight. Dude was playing some defense, moving his feet, battling. He is not going to be a guy that will physically impose himself on other players, but he's going to do his best to stay in the matchup and try to take on the challenge. And so even though when he loses them, I do appreciate the effort. But tonight, what really stood out was the playmaking. I thought tonight was his best job being a playmaker under Mike Brown in this season for the New York Knicks, man. And if he could continue this progression, and think about it, he did it on the bright lights on a national stage. Came out and he played tough. I got to give him credits, man. I mean, the one that's just going to stick out is the quick pass and the quick steal that he got from the inbounds just to help the Knicks, get back into it. And so that type of awareness, that type of quick decision making, absolutely needed on this team when you think about when Jalen Brunson is sitting down. And the fact that even Mike Brown trusted him enough to be out there with Brunson saying, hey, we don't have Deuce, but I need another guy out there. I'm going to trust Kolek right now because he's been showing me something. And we're starting to see that pay off where a coach is trusting a young player to develop over time and hopefully give you the returns that you need by whether it be the middle of the season when you're dealing with injuries like now or potentially in the postseason when you're looking for a guy who can just be just manage the ship and be an innings eater while you got to give Brunson or somebody some rest. And what going back to why I like seeing Mike making so much right now and just command of the offense, even though he's not necessarily bringing up the ball every single time, right? And that's not how Mike Brown runs it. He wants everyone to get their touches and be an initiator. The fact that he's out there and he's being trusted to be a guy that can set guys up and put Brunson off ball so that way he can get even easier looks tells you the growth in Tyler Kolek right now and tells you as a player and then tells you the trust that he's getting from the coaching staff right now. And in a high pressure game like this where, you know, you're talking about who has the most minutes off the bench. It's Mitchell Robinson with 17. Kolek gets more minutes than Jordan Clarkson tonight, okay? And Clarkson, not his greatest game, you know, went 1 of 3 and got you 2 points. I thought he played okay tonight. But Mike Brown said, I trust Tyler Kolek more than him tonight in this matchup. And I didn't really need that much scoring. I just needed a guy who was able to control the rock and get me some good looks and just go out there and play tough tonight. And so I just got to give a shout out to Tyler Kolek, man, because look, even I said during the summer league that he didn't look great. Don't think this guy was going to be somebody that you want to rely on. And right now he's showing that he is a guy that you can rely on in these short stints. And he did it on the big stage tonight. So shout out to Tyler Kolek, man. But hey, let's just give a shout out to some of the people seeing where you're all from. All right. I see we got New Jersey in the house. Who else do we got? We got Tampa in the house. We got Lakewood, New Jersey, too. I saw the Bronx. Shout out to Yonkers in here as well. Where else we got people from? We got Jersey City, St. Petersburg via New Jersey. We got Chicago in here. Shout out to you. We got New Rochelle, Team 914. Shout out to the 914 all day, man. Shout out to the 914. Who else we got here? We got Harlem in here. We got Queens. All right. Let's see. We got New York City. We got Uptown, Dallas in here. We got the ATL. All right. Where else we got, man? What else we got? We got Connecticut. We got Vegas. Ooh, someone's in Vegas. Who's in here? Who's in Vegas? Hold on one second. I just scrolled past. Where you at? James Buckley. Did you go to the game tonight? Did you go to the game? Shout out to James, man. James, did you go to the game tonight? Let's see what else we got. We got Houston in here. I know we got Houston, man. Houston always shows out. We got Brooklyn. Shout out to you, Eddie Suarez. All right. Shout out to you as well, Empire. Appreciate all you for coming through. Toronto. Ooh, biggest OG fan. There you go. All right. All right. Oh, we got CP in the chat. CP's on his way, man. CP's on his way from the watch party. Don't you worry. He is on his way back. We got Jamaica in the big up. Big up to my people. Big up. Anyone from Greece, man? Shout out to the people in Greece, too. Shout out to my people in Greece. We got 1,300 people tuning in right now on a Saturday. On a Saturday night. You all could be out right now and partying about. We got 1,300 people tuning in right now. Shout out to. Oh, we got Mount Vernon in the chat. Shout out to Mount Vernon, man. Shout out to Mount Vernon. Love Mount Vernon. Much love to Mount Vernon. Much love to White Plains. Appreciate everyone from the 914 as always. All right. In Albany, too. Woo, we got a lot of you. All right, let's keep the show rolling, man. I can shout out everyone all day. Let's get into key stats of the night. Brought to you by DraftKings. All right. So let's go through the key stats of the night. All right, let me just pull this up. Give me 1 second. NBA.com likes to take forever. Okay, let's get into key stats of the night. Once again, the New York Knicks won 132 to 120. And here's where we're going, man. Let's look at the rebounding battle. Knicks and the Magic were actually tied this one at 41 apiece. They would also tie the assist battle 28 apiece and the steal battle 9 apiece. Wow, this team this is how you know this game was pretty much even, man. This is how you know this game was pretty much even for about 3 quarters. It was not even in the 4th quarter. The Knicks said, get out of here. We're taking this home. So, but it was even for the most part. Knicks would win the block battle. They threw the block party tonight, 7-3. They won the turnover battle, man, 12-14. I thought the Knicks, they could have been better on the turnovers tonight. There were some dumb turnovers. We got to work on that, guys. We got to work on that. I know you're within your means, well, your season averages, but there were some dumb turnovers tonight, guys. We can't be having some goofy turnovers like this. Knicks would also win the shooting battle, 61% to the Magic's 46. They cooled off, man. They cooled off, especially when Jalen Suggs went out. This team certainly cooled off. Paulo, as Sayquizzy said, was just not enough. Then we got the 3-point shooting barrage. All right, 35% for the Knicks, 31 for the Magic. And then, hey, Knicks won the free throw battle, 74% to 68%. Knicks won all those categories. And then when you start looking at the points in the paint, second chance points, and fast break points, Knicks would win the points in the paint 70 to 62. 70 to 62. So over 50% of these points came from points in the paint. Second chance opportunities, the Orlando Magic would actually win this category 19 to 13. A little uncharacteristic for the Knicks considering their offensive prowess. But hey, I guess since you're making all your shots, you don't really need to get so many offensive boards. So hey, I'll take it. And then the fast break points, Knicks slightly edged this one out, 20 to 19. I did like the pace of the game tonight, but Knicks would win that one too. I think the biggest thing for me tonight out of all these categories, even though it's not a dominant performance, I got to go with the fast break points. I got to go with the 20 to 19. I know it wasn't dominant, but what I did enjoy seeing the Knicks get out there and use their speed and just trying to keep the Magic on their heels, because you do have guys that are capable of running. We saw Mikal Bridges just getting out there and just, being it past the defense, the Orlando Magic defense. Josh Hart being a one-man band man out in transition. Another guy, Jalen Brunson leading the break. OG Anunoby getting out there in transition as well. I like seeing all of those things tonight. And the fact that they got 20 points is going to be so helpful for this team moving forward, just because when you think about getting into the postseason and getting these easy points, it's stuff like this. It's truly stuff like this that can make or break a game, and it just comes down to hustle. That's what fast break points are. It's hustle. Rebounding, fast break points, it's all hustle. How much do you want it more than the other team? So that's why, even though it's a slight edge for the Knicks, I got to go with the fast break points tonight. I love seeing that they were able to get up to 20 tonight. And even though I feel like it could have been more because they did slow down, because the Magic did get back on defense at times, or they just didn't have a good look, it's a good direction for this team. Like I said, just because you want to see this just getting easy points. And hey, in a game where the league is moving to wanting up tempo speed, putting points on the board and stuff of that nature, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Hey, and I see shout out to TM, man. Shout out to TM doing the mod things, man. I'm not. Who is it? Robin Chowdhury, 5762. I'm not a big fan of the plus minus. I'm not a big plus minus guy, but he was plus 100. Hey, I'm not a big fan. If I'm talking about it every single time, I am not a big plus minus guy. I don't think it fully captures everything. Do I really think Tyler Kolek was a plus 18 tonight? No, I don't think he was a plus 18 tonight, but I'll give him credit because he was hustling out there, and I think from the eye test he was hustling. All right, was he a plus 18 and a game changer? No, absolutely not. But I'm gonna give the guy credit where it's due. All right, I got to start evening these things out, man. I got to start evening these things out, because I gotta have people just be like, "Oh, you look at this plus minus." He says he doesn't like the plus minus. I don't like the plus minus, but it's a tool just to say, hey, guy was giving some effort tonight. Shout out to you, Robin, though. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tapping in and always being part of the show, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody else, man. But that is key stats of the night. All right. That is key stats of the night. Brought to you by DraftKings. And hey, let's give a shout out to DraftKings. All right, people. So give me a no, we are doing DraftKings as well. We're doing DraftKings and Manscaped. So let's give a shout out to DraftKings tonight, just because that's what it is for key stats of the night. So give me 1 second, because as my computer is deciding to freeze on me, just the beauty of technology, people. Just the beauty of technology. Give me 1 second. Why? This is All right. This is where technology really likes to play games with you and mess everything up. All right, people. There we go. Now it's decided to load. Now it's decided to load. So once again, shout out to our sponsor of the night, DraftKings. All right. All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFTV. That's code KFTV. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bets win. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in New York. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, pass-through of per-wage tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renewals until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. So remember, people, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code KFTV. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bets wins. Shout out to our sponsor of the night, DraftKings. All right. Oh, we also got some super chats in here, man. Let's get to some of the super chats. Appreciate all of you. Okay, so we got a few new franchise channel members. Shout out to Ant Bank 720. Shout out to Sharon. Shout out to shout out to our guy KFTV Jalen for being a franchise channel member for 17 months. And he said, Chubby Iverson. Who is Chubby Iverson? Who's that? Is that Yabu? Is that who you're saying, Jalen? That's crazy. Shout out to Aggravated Man for becoming a franchise channel member. Appreciate you. Shout out to Lord Steven Stone for the $5 super chat. Kolek is about to buy his dad a car now thanks to the win. Also 40 big points from Brunson. Wingstop played well. Overall good game. Absolutely, Lord Steven Stone. All those things are true. Awesome that Kolek gets to buy his pops a car. There you go. This is what I'm saying, man. Where you got the cup doing wonderful things. We got Ray Nobles. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat. The offense was humming tonight, and the defense was ferocious. I love the way they moved without the ball. Great win, and let's get that cup on Tuesday. Absolutely. Want to see the Knicks get this one, man. Want to see the Knicks get this one. We got Empire. Shout out to Empire for the $10 super chat, and shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Shout out to you, Alex. Appreciate you. Appreciate you as always. Shout out to Mellow Mike for the $2 super chat. Salute, Alex. KFTV party at Sweet Spot was lit. Oh, we got to talk about that soon. Don't you worry. We are going to talk about that soon because I know the captain of KFTV is on the way. I know that he's on the way. There you go, right there. There he is. Look, he's here. He's here. A few more super chats before we get to CP and his thoughts. Shout out to Chuck D. Shout out to the rhyme animal himself, man, for the $100 super chat from Chuck D. Appreciate you, Chuck. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. He says, it was wonderful to see new generations of Knicks fans see something that looks like getting closer to winning something. It's a beautiful experience. Remember, I was invited to OKC last January, and we tossed OKC around for 3.5 quarters. We got a squad and ain't playing with them. That's a fact, Chuck. That's a fact. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Damn. Bars right there from the rhyme animal himself, man. I want OKC. I want revenge. I want revenge. CP, the captain, he's back. CP, what's going on, bro?
My guy, happy Saturday to you. How we feeling, man? How you feeling right now, man?
How am I feeling?
Are you into this NBA Cup thing or not? I am 10 toes down in it. They want the cup. We want the cup. If they want the cup, I'm with them. I'm with them, man. Let's go for it. They are out there in Vegas getting it popping right now. We had a conclusion to what I think was a really entertaining, gritty, and tough regular season / playoff type of series between these two teams. And maybe it is a playoff preview. I certainly hope so. Hey, I'm entertained. Are you not entertained, Alex?
I'm entertained. Look, CP, you already know. We talked about this thing way back. I was all for the NBA Cup, and now it's good, man. It's getting good. Every year it gets better and better. The marketing has gotten better. The intensity has gotten better. CP, this felt like a playoff atmosphere game. These two teams don't like each other. They don't.
You know, I think, you know, in this new age of NBA, I think they do, but there is a good competitive edge. I'll say that. Like, I've been saying it since the beginning of the series. The Jalen versus Jalen matchup, I love. It's box office for me. Then you had the Bane and OG theatrics going on there. I thought that was good. So by and large, I think in this new age chummy, let's all be best friends and hug each other and exchange jerseys, I think this is a good rivalry. I do. I think this is a nice little brewing rivalry, and it's good basketball from a casual standpoint. Whether you're a diehard of either team or casual, I feel like this season's series is giving you your money's worth. You had the first quarter, you know, the Magic led by Jalen Suggs. Hey, they were getting into their shots, man. They could not miss. The Knicks also, I thought both teams got into good offense, especially in the first quarter. You know, second quarter, end of the first to into the second, that is where Cap got into his bag. And Gamba, if you can throw that tweet up that I was referring to, because Al, you know, yesterday during the media session, oh, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Yesterday during the media session, Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson was a little sore. He was a little hoarse, right? He came in. I don't know if he was under the weather, if he had the vid. I don't know what the situation was, but Cap sounded a little bit hoarse. And then I retweeted the press conference soundbite, and I said, 40-point flu game loading. 40-point flu game loading. Ladies and gentlemen at home, if you're watching the box score, can somebody please tell me what Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson finished with?
Oh, it was 40, CP. It was 40.
It was 40. It was 40, isn't it? Our player of the game, Captain Clutch. You know, I'm watching that first quarter, and, you know, as the Magic are getting into their offense, and, you know, the Knicks are getting scoring from a multitude of players. I'm just sitting there saying, look, you know, Jalen, he's got to get into his rhythm. Cap is not in a rhythm yet, and we'll be okay. So you know, but I saw how Mike Brown was playing him. He kept him in there for, I think he played the entire first, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just watching. I said, you know what? Look, Magic are cooking. They're not going to be able to shoot this well for the entire game. And so I just waited for Cap to get into his bag, which he did, starting, I think, mid to end first into the second, and then certainly in the second half. The floaters were falling. The jumpers were falling. And going into this game, Jalen Brunson, he was averaging 31 points per game against the Magic. The three-pointers, he wasn't shooting so well from three. But getting inside and getting his scoring, that's not a problem against a stingy Magic defense. So I knew eventually Cap was going to get into his bag and get his points. And as the game wore on, especially in the third quarter into the fourth, Cap got it going. So, you know, I was pleased with his outing. But, look, give credit to the Magic. They did not go quietly into the night. They gave the Knicks all they could from all 48 minutes. And so, look, I thought defensively it's tricky because Suggs was getting into his stuff. He was really good. But I thought the Knicks defense, by and large, I didn't really have much of a problem with the Knicks defense tonight, man. What did you think about the defense tonight, man?
I thought the defense was opportunistic, which is why I said earlier in the show, CP. Like, and that's what you want to see from this team. It's not necessarily this team's not going to be one that shuts it down. Although, fun fact, they're top 10 right now in defensive rating.
That is correct. That is correct. Number 10.
10. They were 13 before, not too long ago, like a few games ago, but now they're number 10. But with the way that they're playing defense, CP, they're not going to be this stalwart team that just, holds you under 100 points on every single night, okay? But what you want from this team is to take appropriate gambles, right? You want them to jump out in passing lanes to get those steals that we see tonight. You want them to be positioned to get the timely blocks. How about Mitchell Robinson tonight? All right, Anthony Black thinks he's got a nice. He thought he got past Mitchell Robinson. Mitch said, "Wait a minute, he ain't gonna do this to me tonight. Hold on one second." And so it's stuff like that where you watch this team where it's like, all right, they're not gonna lock everybody down, but they're going to be able to recover. They're able to going to make the appropriate gambles. They're going to know when to jump passing line. They're going to do everything where they need to as a calculated measure. So I'll take that from this team, CP. If they can stay top 10, and let's keep it, remember, shout out to my guy Wall, who covers the Clippers. That article he dropped last year. You got top 10 offense, top 10 defense, then you're a championship caliber team. So the one thing we got to look out for as the season progresses, can this team maintain being a top 10 defensive rating team?
Yeah. Well, you know who's contributing to that defensive rating?
I think it's your guy, the dog.
Take a look in who tied. He tied in the team with the team in terms of stocks. Tonight wasn't McCall's night in stocks. Tonight it was the dog's night, along with Josh. 3 steals and a block apiece. However, if we're gonna talk about this team's defensive ceiling, it starts and ends with the dog being out there healthy. And look, I thought he did a fantastic job tonight. And then offensively, 24 points for the dog, 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. He was fantastic tonight in getting this team to the NBA Cup final. I just can't say enough about this guy. I put the tweet out today in terms of the Knicks winning percentage with OG. It's 67%. They are now 77-36 with OG Anunoby since he was traded to the Knicks. They are now 77-36, which is good for about a 67% win percentage. They give up 11 points per 100 possessions less when he's on the court. That is good for the 95th percentile. So, when you talk about defense, talk about the dog, his on-ball defense, and then his ability to help shoot the gaps with his length, with his size. This you cannot overlook what this guy gives you on 2 ends of the court. You see the 24 points. You see the 3-point efficiency. You see the efficiency from the corners. Fantastic. How about the fact that he locks down defensively in this era of NBA? You know what I mean? Like in this era where no, you're not going to completely shut somebody out. But in pivotal spots, I'm going to war with the dog. This is why when people Giannis, hold on one second. Because if you're going to put my man in a trade, you better get me something halfway decent from 3 and from D. And I mean defense. You know what I'm saying, bro? This is what I mean with the whole Giannis thing. Let's not get enamored with the whole shiny object. Because if you're going to tell me that I got to trade Cat and now I got to trade the dog, who else is coming in here with Giannis? It's not about Giannis. It is about the supporting cast to really make sure that this team is a championship caliber team.
Well, you do know who would be coming through in that trade if you do trade OG. It is one Kyle Kuzma, and I'm okay on that.
That's cardiac. I already got to deal with Clarkson, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's why to me, bro, it's not a slam dunk. Oh, just Stephen A. and all these guys who just want to ramble barbershop talk and not include realistic scenarios, salary cap. You can't, it's not just about Giannis, bro. You have to factor in what you're losing and how you can compensate for that.
Yeah, man. It's not like the old CBA where you can even say, hey, you don't have that wiggle room to say it doesn't have to evenly match. You don't have all those things. But even still, even with all of that, CP, I probably even wouldn't be as bullish right now. And look, Giannis is my guy, fellow Greek brethren. All right. I still wouldn't be as bullish with this roster as it is right now to go get him because this team is cooking right now. This team is doing something really like, why break up something that's good?
Bro,
Why?
like I told the guys at Sweet Spot, I want to be the New York Knicks, not the Milwaukee Bucks of New York, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, again, with
You don't want the
Stephen
Cream
A.
City jersey editions?
Stephen A. These guys yapping. Oh, he's finals. He went to the finals one time and won it and hasn't been close since. And I don't want to make this about Giannis, but I'm just trying to say, please, can we understand realistically what that trade will look like and how this team truly be a contender if you're going to tell me that you got to trade Cat and the dog? I'm not guaranteeing a championship with this team as is. I'm just saying they are good right now in terms of winning the East and getting there. They're good. They can win the East without Cat, without Giannis. You don't need Giannis to win the East.
Well, let me say this, CP. If it is OKC in the next matchup, we'll get a good look to see what it is, right? We're gonna see. We'll get a good look.
Let's go. In the regular season, we don't see these guys until March. Both games home and away is in March. And I'm looking forward to that matchup. They are the darlings of the league, rightfully so. They deserve all the respect in the world because they are that good. They are an extremely talented team led by the MVP. I think Chet taking the next level up is even the biggest story of this year for OKC. AJ Mitchell coming off the bench. Their defense led by Case and Wallace just being an all-ball defense. Like, there's so much to be envious about with the OKC Thunder, and I'm looking forward to Tuesday's matchup just to see how far we are from these guys. Just to see. And one game won't make or break either way because I'm not going to give them the championship just yet. It's got to be earned in a 7-game series. However, look, I like where we are, man. Things are clicking for this Knicks team. This Magic storyline, it's a great storyline on your journey to a quest to a championship. You got to get through that thorn in your side that is the Orlando Magic. And shout out to the Magic's fans. They're chippy. They're chirpy. They're chirping at us in the comment section right now.
They always are, man.
Right now, right? You don't got Captain Clutch on your team.
Nope.
You don't got him. I had one of these Magic fans. We're missing Franz. He's the best player on both teams. No,
Franz.
That's all I reply back with to these fans who are ridiculous with the Homer pom poms. I just say no. I don't need any explanation.
Bro, it is getting so ridiculous at this point. I mean, you know that whole thing that everyone's talking about. Would you say the whole cut, sit, bench, Cade, Maxey, and Brunson, and all that nonsense, and the disrespect that Brunson's getting. You then get the Simmons thing, which I talked about at the top of the show, where it's like he's taking Maxey and all these other guys. I'm like, bro, can we just shut up with the nonsense? Just stop. Like, give the guy his respect. We've seen it. We've seen it consistently now for the past 3 seasons. We've seen it.
The grasping at straws to try to knock Cap down off a peg is ridiculous. I told y'all he was going to drop 40. I told you he was going to drop 40. The grasping at straws to try to knock this guy down as some sort of like regular guy who's overachieving. No, he's a bona fide superstar in this league. Jalen Suggs, he gave you a head start, and he said, okay, now it's my time. Okay, now it's my time. Now, going into the rest of the guys, who's your supporting cast? Who's your role player tonight?
It was Karl Anthony Towns, man. It was Karl Anthony Towns tonight, man. Like I said earlier, he gave you a good 2-way performance tonight. CP, even you hey, look, offensively, aggressive. That's what you want to see from Cat, man. He was not afraid of anybody. As I said, this is the 4th time he's played this team. He's now understanding how the Magic want to guard him, where they're going to be on the court. So easier to adapt and now play to your style and incorporate Mike Brown's style of offense. And you saw how he performed tonight. I mean, this is the Karl Anthony Towns I want to see, man, because we know he's capable of 9 of 11 from the field. of 10 from the free throw line because he was aggressive, because he was getting downtown, because he was also working the paint and willing to battle. He had 2-3 guys, man, and he was willing to fight to go get his shot. Wasn't complaining about fouls tonight, CP. Did you notice that? He was not complaining. Yes, he got to the free throw line, but he was not complaining at all. Defensively, talked about it. Shout out to Will who called in earlier. He said, hey, wasn't using his hands, wasn't swiping down and reaching, moving his feet, doing everything you wanted to see from him, working the paint, getting blocks, man, getting a steal. Karl-Anthony Towns had a good defensive performance tonight as well as offensive. And look, you want to know who else agreed with that, CP? Did you see who won defensive player of the game tonight? You wonder who was going to be out of the two worst defenders on the team. Who was going to be the first guy to get it? Who was the guy to get it? Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah. Shout out to Cat, man. You know, I hear everything you're saying. He played like a dog. Cat played like a dog tonight, and he took it inside. He took advantage of those matchups. Look, give credit to Wendell Carter. He's having a great season and all of that, great career. You can't hold Cat, man. There's very few guys that can keep Cat in front of them and deal with his physicality. But I thought Cat played a very good game on both ends of the floor. Attacking the basket, I thought he was really good. He opened the game up. He took a nice little mid-range shot over Wendell Carter on that left side. And I thought that shot, to me, really got Cat going in this game. Because I just wanted to see what his approach, what his mental was going to be. You know, how are you going to approach this thing? And I just felt like that little shot really kind of set the tone for him. And then, you know, defensively, as you said, I thought Towns defensively was strong. He did register a steal and did register a block. And give credit to him, as you said, he did take home the construction hat and the Timbs. We made it to Vegas with the construction hat, the Timbs, and the jacket. So they brought the theatrics to Vegas. Good for them. And Karl-Anthony Towns, like you said, we were waiting who was going to get it between him and Cap. Karl-Anthony Towns got one tonight. That was cool. However.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
However.
Oh, boy.
It was a well-deserved award, Alex. It was a well-deserved award.
Here we go. Here this is where CB decides to take a left turn. Like, no, I cannot agree with Alex.
We are happy that he got the award, and he certainly played a good two-way game. However, as I just discussed with you earlier, the dog tonight with the 24 points, 3 of 4 from downtown, 6 boards. Oh, and he had 4 assists. Yeah, the dog was diming him up tonight. Plus 4 stocks, which is 3 steals and a block. I'm going with OG Anunoby as my role player of the game. Look, hey, listen, I thought Carl was great tonight. Carl was fantastic tonight. You can literally flip a coin, right? This was a very close one. Very tightly contested. However, I'm going to go with the momentum. I came into this week talking about the dog, singing his praises, and he ended the week in style. And he just continues to elevate, coming back from the hamstring injury. You know, that Raptors game was kind of like his coming out party, coming back, getting a tune-up game. And then I said, all right, Raptors game was a tune-up game. He's going to be ready. Oh, no, sorry. The Jazz game was a tune-up game. He's going to be ready for the Magic. On Sunday, took care of them, and then bounced back with another game. If they see these guys in a playoff series, who on the Magic is stopping OG? You already see they can't stop Jalen. Magic fans in the chat, you guys answer that in the comment section. You like to get chippy with us in the comments. You can't stop Brunson. Who is stopping OG Anunoby on this team?
You know, CP, I'll say this, though. I hear you on the whole why he could get the role player of the game tonight. I'll give you – it's obviously if it's Cat, man. I mean, we don't often get a great two-way performance from Karl-Anthony Towns. So I got to go give him the award, man. Okay. But I will say this about OG tonight. I don't know if he had a hamstring injury, man, because that man drove and levitated, and he hung in the air for like damn near 10 minutes.
He never came back down.
Bro, I was like, what? I saw this man jump. I was like, holy cow. I was like, what plyometrics are you doing?
But how about when he hit the deck in the first quarter? I was holding my breath.
Oh, my God. Bro, that awkward fall. I was like, here we go again. I was like, can you just please get up? Please, for the love of God, get up.
The Knicks chick, every time he hits the deck, she looks at me because I'm holding my breath. He's like, yo, you planning this guy's funeral already? Because I'm like, I'm always thinking the worst. I have that PTSD with him, man. You know, I'm always concerned, but it's because he's that vital to this team and their chances, their success. And you know, it to me, it starts and stops at OG, man. You know, obviously Cap is Cap, and that's obvious. But like for me, OG as a role player, to me, like they need him healthy to solidify their chances there. You know, so
I hear you, man. I hear you.
So I thought he was good. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought he was good too, man.
Mhm.
Go with Cap, but you know what also is vital, CP?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's vital. Manscaped, baby. Holiday season is here, and Manscaped has officially checked into the game. Look, if you're trying to give the gift of smoothness this year to yourself or somebody else, the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the MVP of grooming. We're talking an all-in-one kit that handles everything from the baseline to the perimeter. First up, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Precise, smooth, reliable. This thing keeps you looking sharp, whether it's game day, date night, or just a random Tuesday. Helps reduce nicks, helps reduce risk of grooming accidents, keeps you confident and in control. Then off the bench, we got the Weed Whacker 3.0, taking care of the ear, nose, eyebrow hairs, all the little wild cards your face likes to throw at you. Clean it up, keep it polished, stay ready for every occasion. And the Aftercare Duo, Crop Soother and Crop Preserver. Look, treat yourself like a franchise player. Stay fresh, stay comfortable, stay confident. Plus, Manscaped is throwing in free gifts. Boxers 2.0 Midnight Bravo and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. An instant upgrade to the starting lineup. So do the right thing this holiday season. Give the gift of smooth. Get 15% off plus free shipping with code KFTV at manscaped.com. That's 15% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with promo code KFTV, because nothing says I care like keeping the fundamentals tight.
There you go, man. Get your Manscaped on before the holidays. For the holidays, good stocking stuffer. No pun intended, no testimonials. Good stocking stuff, man. 15% off using code KFTV. And Manscaped does ship not only to the continental United States. You have Europe, you have South Africa, Singapore, a number of countries, man, where Manscaped ships to. So for those of you that are watching around the world, there's a good chance that Manscaped will ship to your country. So make sure you order now so that it gets to you in time for the holidays. As I said, good stocking stuffer for you guys. And shout out to our guys at Manscaped. Quality products and products that we use. You know, like I said, no testimonials, but all I'll say is that I do use it. I am a satisfied Manscaped customer and have been for, the 9 years that they've been sponsoring this show. So shout out to our guys at Manscaped, man. Shout out to our guys at Manscaped.
Shout out to Manscaped, man. See, if you got some people on the line, man. So let's get to some of them. We got our guy, man. We got our guy here. We got Will from waiting. He wants to talk about it.
My God, yeah, CP asks, you guys got me?
Of course,
sir, man.
Oh man. First off, I'm so happy there's Magic fans in the chat, and I hope they listening. Let me tell y'all, son. You guys are scrubs, okay? I hope we see y'all in the playoffs, okay? I really do. And I don't even want to hear it because I felt every single time that we face this team, somebody's losing a body, whether it's on their side or it's our side, right? They had this game circle come the first go around, they popped us in the mouth. We weren't ready. But then after that, we showed them what it was. Just like how Desmond Bain got out the way when Carl Anthony Towns about to yamming on him, and he didn't want to get that poster. He didn't want that work. No. The same way we're going to do if we see them in the playoffs. So I'll just say that. But to get to the game, man, it was just a master class. First off, I just got to, just to start off, I got to give it to the coach. Because for me, it was just so refreshing to see Tyler Kolek get 16 minutes tonight, right?
Yeah.
Second-year player. right? He had good minutes, and there was some funky lineups. I don't know if you guys seen that one. It was Tyler Kolek, Jalen Brunson. I think they had Mikhail at the middle. Then you had Cat and Mitch. I was like, he's going funky tonight. I was like, yo, shout out to Mike Brown. So first off, just shout out to Mike Brown for the flexibility. Shout out to him. But then just to get down to the individuals, just right now, this team is sizzling. We are sizzling right. We are looking the best that we have all season. There are some people that need to pick it up. Jordan Clarkson. I don't know what's going on with him and his free throws and his shot. I hope he gets this together. And then honestly, it's getting to the point where maybe Yabu Woes is looking like a dud. But other than those guys, we are sizzling. We are sizzling. I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys think, man? If we get we do. I don't know if the game is still on, if we know if the Thunder are going, but listen, man, I want the Storm, I want the Hammer, I want the Thunder. Okay, I want to see what we can do against this team. But either way, big ups. Mm-hmm.
Yo, listen, man, there's just one thing, man. The game will speak for itself. The talent will speak for itself. This team is not scared. This team is not scared of nobody, man. We're not scared of nobody, man.
That's right.
We got Captain Clutch in here.
That's it.
As you said, Tyler gave you dog minutes. You're seeing the growth in the second year with Tyler Kolek, man.
Oh my God.
I feel like
so
Tyler, the competition and the expectations, he's growing into that. He understands, like, these opportunities with Deuce out, I have to come through and deliver for my team. Tyler's playing like a dog right now, man.
I love it.
I loved his minutes in that second quarter, Al. Those were tremendous minutes. He had the dime to Josh, and he steals the ball, hits it to Mikal with the no look. Al scored. They scored like 6 points in that quick second.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Good minutes from Tyler. With that next man up mentality, unfortunately, we lost Deuce, and it might be a little while if they're confirming that it is a high ankle sprain, but it is Tyler time. And Al, you mentioned it from the preseason. Is Brown gonna tinker and experiment with lineups and rotations? And as we said, we saw it. We see it every game. Every game we see a rotation combination where you're like, all right, this is interesting. It's funky, but I'm riding with Brown, man. Like, as Will said, we saw Brunson, Kolek, Mikal, Cat, and Mitch as a 5. It's interesting.
I was rubbing my eyes. I was like, this can't be a lineup.
Yeah, but I'm riding with it, man. I am riding with it, win or lose. I want to see what this is looking like here. And look, good opportunity for Tyler, for sure, man. Good call.
Amen. Thank you, guys, man. I'll let you guys get back to the call, but big ups, man. We going big, man. We going big. Yeah, have a good one.
No question, man. Shout out to Will from LI. Rate that call in the chat. That's a 5 for me. But Al, your thoughts on the lineup, the different permutations, man.
I'm enjoying it, CP. Look, not every lineup is going to be a winner. I know that, but you have to take chances. You have to take gambles, and I'm liking that Mike Brown is not afraid to do that. And whether that's him saying, I want to see these rotations, whether it's his assistants telling him, hey, let's try this out there and see how it's going to work. I like these opportunities. Look, in a game for tonight, and if you're going against the Magic, and they've seen, damn near everything, because we played this team 4 times. So it's like, all right, what else? It's at this point, it's like, we already know what you guys want to do. You know what we want to do. All right, let's go out there and duke it out. When you start seeing a lineup of Brunson, Kolek, Mitch, Cat, and then Bridges, you're like, I haven't seen that yet. I don't know what this team is about. I don't know what this lineup is about. And so that's why when they're out there, it's like, oh, the concept is, hey, I want enough ball handlers out there, and I want to help Brunson get off ball a bit because I don't have Deuce right now. And so I like that idea. And look, you got positive results from it. Yeah. And just putting Mitch and Cat out there, especially how Cat was playing tonight, then you put him in tandem with Mitch, you still keep the defense going, and with Bridges out there too. So I like seeing it, man. And I think Mike Brown needs to continue doing this even up until you get to the postseason, because you never know what you can find with these rotations and these players that you have, man. And look, with these injuries, as you mentioned, I talked about earlier on the show, Kolek is now getting better. I was questioning whether or not this guy was actually going to be good this year. I mean, what we saw in Summer League was not even a third of what we're seeing tonight on the court. And
Wasn't
so
good.
you're seeing that progression, the trust from Mike Brown, and you're seeing it pay dividends right now. And what I said earlier, CP, is that could this be like a Christian Braun situation, like for the Nuggets, right? Not necessarily he's going to be like him and give you like, a lot, like 20 plus minutes in a playoff. But, if you're getting 16 minutes from him and you can give Brunson a spell just so he can rest, that's huge in the postseason, man. You get to save him some energy. So I like what I'm seeing. I like the opportunities. I'm liking that Mike Brown's doing this, man. You got to shout out to the coach, man, because that was a hell of a performance tonight by him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, he doesn't really have a choice without Shaman, without Deuce, right? But give credit to Tyler for.
Hey, I was playing 4 minutes, man. He said, not enough. That's enough.
Yeah. Well, he's a guy. He's going to have to pack his bag soon. But with Tyler, for now, without Shaman, without Deuce, he's capitalizing on those minutes, and he's really playing like a dog, man. And it's good to see that he returned to Vegas with a vengeance, right? Because Summer League, he was getting cooked out there, left, right, and center. But hey, against a Magic team, a stingy defense, he had to be aggressive offensively, and that's what you want to see from Tyler. And I thought defensively, he certainly held his own. Josh Hart, I thought Josh really stepped up, especially in the second quarter. You started to see him get his transition game going, got at least 6 points generated in transition in the second quarter. I thought Josh was good. McCall, his cutting was on display the entire night. And then when they needed him to, he got him some tough shots. McCall, he got into his fadeaway. He got into his mid-range game. And we talk about Cap. We talk about Cat, Alex. We talk about OG. And here goes Mikal Bridges. 16 points, 7-13 shooting from the field against one of the better defenses in the league. The Knicks shot 61% from the field tonight, 35 from downtown, 74 from the stripes. So overall, just good shooting from these guys. Is it the neutral court? Is it a couple of days off? Whatever it is, the Knicks were on point tonight offensively. So give the squad credit. It's a good squad effort. And, we mentioned a couple of guys. I think it was a full squad effort. Again, Yabusele only 4 minutes. The reason he only got 4 minutes out because, once again, to no one's surprise, he lets up a backdoor play within 2 minutes of getting on the court.
Bro.
Right? Trust.
Man.
Trust. Can we trust you in a big spot, Alex? Can we trust you in a big spot? We just talked about Tyler. Well, Tyler got his 16 minutes. Clarkson got his 13 minutes, and even though he's got to make his free throw. I don't know what's up with Clarkson at the free throw line. He's got to make his free throws. Mitchie always comes through. 9 boards, 4 on the offensive side. Yabusele, what are we doing here, man? Do you want to go to Sacramento and light the beam, or do you want to play money time basketball? Yabusele, you gotta tighten up, man. You gotta tighten up.
Hey, he could be down at the Big Easy right now at this point.
Hey, if we're to get Grand Theft, I'm even calling for Precious back home. That's how bad it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad it is at that spot. Yabusele, you gotta come along for the ride, man. Everybody is rolling except you, man. You gotta tighten up on your defense first and foremost, Alex. The backdoor play was inexcusable to Jonathan Isaac, and I'm with the coach. You gotta sit down, bro.
Hey, this is what this is why I gotta say I love about Mike Brown. He's like, all right, you guys invested in this guy. I get it. It's not the same money that we gave Fournier, this, that, and the third. But hey, you invested in this guy. This guy was an offseason acquisition. We potentially got to move him. In some instances, you're still playing because you signed him, right? Mike Brown saying, family show that. This guy is unplayable. I'm trying to win games. Sit his ass down. We cannot do that.
It's a trust factor, man. Like, you cannot trust this guy, man. And, it's just unfortunate. But, however, thank God this team does not need him to perform. It'd be a luxury. It's nice to have. He's a nice to have. But he's not a necessity right now. Thank God. Because he's been brutal all year, man. I don't know. I can't see him turning around. I would love to see it. I just don't see it with this guy, man.
You know what, man? And just going back to the history, he did sign prior to Mike Brown joining this, being declared the head coach.
Yeah.
So if he probably saw Mike Brown as the head coach, be like, oh snap, that's the place out. Would not work for me. He probably is thinking that same thing. I know you brought it up too, and you mentioned it. he probably would have said that, but like, all right, it would be a good team to be playing for. Would I really get the opportunities and would my skill set shine? It's
Right.
tough, man. It's tough.
It is. It is,
Look,
man.
December 15th is on Monday, CP.
It is.
People like him can be traded.
It is, man. It is December 15th. So, yeah, we'll see, man. Yabu, you got to get it together. You got to get it together, man. That is one thing for sure. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody that came through to the watch party tonight, Al. We switched the venue. We switched it up a little bit. The city was a little crowded. We had SantaCon going on with the city, blah, 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 blah.
Oof.
So, yeah. So we said, you know what? Let's keep the people out of that. And we took it to Queens. Shout out to everybody that came through the Sweet Spot. Shout out to Harry and everybody over there at Sweet Spot, man. We had a fantastic time. Packed it out, of course. That's what we do for the KFTV experience. A lot of our regulars pulled up. We had some new people in the area. Astoria is a budding place in New York. You know what I mean? Astoria is a budding place in the city. So, the watch party was a tremendous success. Shout out to, the watch party. What do you call those people that are scared when we do watch parties because they always think we're going to lose? The people that kind of they hide under the covers like, oh, don't do no watch parties now. We going to lose the game. All those type of people, you guys can come out from under the covers. We won the game and we had a party tonight. We can do two things at one time. We can go somewhere and watch the game. So you guys can come out from hiding. We won the game. But yeah, shout out to everybody that came out to Sweet Spot. It was a great time. We had great competition tonight. We had, obviously the Name That Nick challenge that we like to do. And then we did the raffle. Shout out to my guys at Latino Sports. My guy Caleb and those guys. Eric L. Beats. Eric came out. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to MC Cedro. Shout out to the Knicks chick. Harry, the owner. Great job by everybody that came out. Hoodies Vintage came out. A lot of our regulars, a lot of our family came out tonight to support us there in Astoria. So we had a good time. First time there, but it was definitely a success. And a lot of people came out and showed love to KFTV, to you, JD, Knicks chick, everybody, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. You've been there. You've been in Sweet Spot before, so you know the vibe in there.
Yeah, man. Sweet Spot's awesome, man. I was actually I was jealous. I'm like, oh damn, I'd like to go to Sweet Spot right. But hey, that's awesome, man. That's great. I know the watch parties always have a great turnout. You and everyone do a great job. You, Cedro, Knicks chick, everybody does a great job when it comes to hosting those things, man. And you really get a good turnout for the event. So I guess I got to ask you this question, since you know I know it's SantaCon, and I know how rowdy that can get. And good Lord, no one wants to be caught down there during that time. All right, that's a war zone at this point. But since you kind of changed it up a bit. You moved from Manhattan. You went to Queens. Is this the start of the borough tour for KFTV?
Well, we've been doing the U.S. tour. We've kept it down, along the eastern seaboard. There, we went all the way south. We did Miami. We did Orlando. Now within the city, we're coming out of the borough. We're going into the boroughs from Manhattan. So we're keeping it open right now. Right. Eventually, maybe we just throw one event and just have satellites all over the place. Kind of like the New Year's Rockin' Eve, where like they check in, like, here's everybody in New York, here's everybody in LA, here's everybody in, we might just end up doing that type of thing, in my Dick Clark type of vision. But overall, it was a good time. That's all I'll say. Overall, it was a good time, man. So
that would be dope.
Yeah.
See the people tuning in from the left coast Knicks.
Left coast.
You get Houston tapping in. We'll get Boston tapping in. We'll do all of it, man.
Yeah. Well, you got to lead the Boston contingent, man. We're waiting for you to spin that up. The Boston watch party.
Hey, man.
But you got to lead that, bro.
I will do it. I will do my part. I will do my part. When my son goes to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it. Yo, shout out my guy Salehi, man. Lace me up with the jacket. You know what I'm saying? I'll debut the jacket tonight. The Mitchell and Ness Salehi collab. I was feeling it, man. I ain't take it off all night, man. Yeah, man, it's nice, man.
That's camo? That's camo you got on right there?
So it's actually cacti. It's cacti. Oh. Yeah, if you watch the Salehi interview, Salehi Bembry, famed fashion designer, has done a million collabs with different footwear designers such as New Balance. He's got a sick Croc collab collection, one of which I have. New Balance, Nike, Puma, Yeezy, where he made his claim to fame. He started out with a number of companies, but worked under Kanye with Yeezy and kind of built his way up. Now he's got his own sneaker company. He came on the show, diehard Knick fan, Slade. So this is his recent collab with Mitchell and Ness. So he made the jacket, and he had our guy Luis Guzman as the model for it. My guy Luis Guzman. And then he made the jacket, and then he made a Ewing jersey out of this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so basically part of the collab is, because he's based out in the West Coast, and he does spends a lot of his time in the Southwest, and he's a hiker. So he gave it a bit cacti inspiration there. There you go.
That's fire.
With the New York on there. So, yeah, man. Nice jacket.
That's a nice jacket. That's a nice jacket.
Nice combo. And you know what I rock tonight out? Which jersey you think I rock tonight? What do you think, man? The Nike check kind of gives you a little hint.
It's new. I know it's more modern, so it's got to be Mitchie. I'm guessing you got the blockness. Yeah, it's the blockness. Let's go.
You know what time it is, bro.
You look good tonight. You look good tonight, CP.
You know who my guy is, man. 23. Mitchie ain't no snitchy. Shout out to the Glockster. Shout out my guy Chuck. My guy Chuck came through with a Mitchie joint too. You know who I'm repping, man. I always go off the beaten path. You know what I mean? Of course, I could get a number 11, and everybody was at the watch party with the 11s and this and that. I go with the dogs. I go with the unsung heroes. Go with my Mitchie joint, man.
Waiting for you to get the OG jersey. That's the only thing.
Coming soon. Little man has his jersey, so I got that out the way. Little man's got his OG jersey. So when they see us at the Garden and Little man comes through, I always deck him out in his OG jersey. He's got the OG jersey. So yeah. So we kind of have it in the family. But yeah, I got to get my OG joint coming soon, man. Got to get my.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's awesome. There you go.
Yeah.
Man. See, I expect nothing less, man. I expect nothing less.
Yeah, but this is probably rookie year, Mitch, bro. I had this jersey. 7, 8 years. Yeah. Blocked this monster, man. Gave him the nickname, and yeah, man. Good outing by Mitch. And it was funny because I was talking to my guy Hoodie's Vintage when he was at the party, and Mitch had to let a couple go by for easy layups, and we're sitting there man, we're like, when is he gonna throw something, man? Come on, man, you're getting Matador D out there, Mitch. Come on, and then he got Anthony Black's joint, So, hopefully by the playoffs you see a little bit better rim protection, in blocks wise. But hey, go out there, get the boards, man. And he made a free throw. Tonight. How many free throws did he make tonight?
Oh boy.
He made 1 or 2. All right, so we're making progress, bro.
All right, so now we're up from 18% to close to 20% now. Good job, Mitch.
Oh my God. What his trainer Marcel Scott said, feed him a little more and he'll make more free throws.
All right, man.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. All right, man. I love Mitch, man, but come on, man. So you're telling me now that if he starts dunking the rock, he's going to start making free throws? That's crazy.
Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Alex, another announcement before we get to the super chats. Guess what, bro?
What?
We are I told Wifey tonight we were going to get there.
Oh!
We are officially on 100 KFTV watch. We have crossed the 99,000 subscriber mark. And we're now 9918.
Holy cow.
So there we go. The live countdown is coming soon, and we're going to throw it up. We're going to throw it up there on next couple of shows. But we have officially crossed, ladies and gentlemen, the 99,000 subscriber mark on our way to 100K. And you know what the deal is, man. Like, share, subscribe, throw it in a group chat, throw it in the Twitter, tell your grandma, tell your mom and them, let them know. This is, without question, for 9 years going, the #1 show. You see it out. We put it on a towel for the people. That's how real it is, man. That's how real it is, bro. You know?
Damn, 99,000.
99K.
Appreciate everyone, man. Appreciate everyone for tapping in and supporting. Not here without the support.
That's it. That's all it's about, man. That's all it's about. You know, the number is more what do they call it? What's the name I'm looking for? It's more I forget the name I'm looking for. I was sipping a little bit. And scotch was flowing tonight. I forget the name.
Knicks win. It's a Saturday and scotch is flowing.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, it's more, you know, the number's nice, but it's not about the number. It's about the support. It's about the work that we put in. That's what it's about. Vanity. That's the word I'm looking for. The number is more vanity. It's nice to get, and you get the plaque and all of that, but it's about behind the number. You know, and we saw that tonight at Sweet Spot where, you know, we got people, our regulars showing up and people coming up, man. Like, I appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys help me, you know. Like I said, like, this is real. This is real for people in terms of, like, life. You know, life is life for us, right? All of us, right? So that's what the 100K means. Now, it's not, the number's nice, but it's behind that. It's everything that's behind that. All the people that have been pushing behind it, our families, our friends, our fans that watch every night, our franchise channel members. Shout out to the Knicks Fix. He was in the building tonight. You know, his family, and, like, you know, the Knicks Fix is like, man, like, you know, before that, my wife, she didn't know nothing about basketball. Then she see me watching KnicksFanTV. Now she's a Knicks fan. And, like, you know, we've heard that. We've heard that over the years all the time because they don't have no choice. They got to watch this on the TV. So shout out to all the always that could get the TV time. Your pip hand is strong, like we always say. Shout out to y'all. But no, in all seriousness, like, the support. You know what I'm saying now? It's about the support, man.
Bro, it is about the support, man. And it's beautiful to see. And that's what I'm saying. It's just appreciative of it, man. Like, we're just very appreciative because we come out here, we enjoy talking about the Knicks, man. We love this team, and we just want to share this passion with everybody else. And look, you mentioned it too. Like, life is life, and man, and, you know, as real as life can get, sports is an escape for a lot of people. And, you know, it's not only entertainment, it's an escape. And, you know, we understand that we're also the escape. We continue that, right? You watch the game, and then you want to hear us break it down, and then we have a good time. We joke, you know, do all those things afterwards, and we understand that. And so we're just very appreciative of everybody. Of just coming through and just, you know, giving us the support that we can do this too, man. And it just feels like we're just hanging out with friends, man. Just talking about the Knicks. And
that's exactly where I wanted to go next, because Knicks Fix, he was asking me at the watch party, he was like, yo, so how did you know Alex? How did you know CK? How did you know JD? And I told him, I said, not a single one of them did I know or meet in person. It was all digital. Are you serious? I said, yo, bro, I did not know a single person that has co-hosted on this show in person. None. Not one. Not a single one. We became friends through this platform, bro.
Yep.
Through this platform. Not you, not J8, not CK. All through this platform is how we became connected and how we are friends right now. And so that, you know, that just tells you how real this thing is, man. It just tells you how real this thing is. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You said it. You said it perfectly. There's not more I can add to that, man. It's even crazy. Like, when you say it out, I just think about it. I mean,
real talk.
It is real, man. I mean, even going down to the squad, man. Like, shout out to Gamba, shout out to, you know, Tyler, shout out to Myra, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Jeff, shout out to Jalen. All of this is through the love of the Knicks, man. And that's why when I say, like, we're so appreciative of this, because this is, like, none of us met in real life. This is all for the love and passion. So the fact that we have supporters who are sharing that passion by tuning in, commenting, doing all. Like, it means a lot. It truly means a lot.
Yeah. So,
Even with all the disagreements, CP.
yeah, but like I tell people all the time, like disagreement, I welcome that. As long as it's respectful dialogue and discourse. Like whenever somebody leaves a comment, whether it's here on the Instagram or everything, some people will be like, with all due respect, but like it will be like, yo, I love y'all's show, but and I'm just like, yo, like you don't have to like preface it with that. If you disagree, just disagree. That's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not here for you to just agree with everything we say. I don't want you to agree with everything I say. That's boring. If you disagree, but share why, and then we can go at it. Well, like, yeah, man, there's no reason to apologize or like preface, like, but we appreciate that respect regardless.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
100%.
We appreciate that respect regardless. So, yeah, there will, once we do cross that mark, it's coming. We're going to plan the 100 KFTV show. We'll let you guys know ahead of time. We want to see a lot of our KFTV members all over the world there. So we want to plan that ahead of time so people can travel accordingly. And it'll be a big celebration. But again, it's going to be more about just the support from our community. It's going to be more about the community than it is hitting the number. Hitting the number is just kind of, it's a milestone for sure. Don't get me wrong. We put in a lot of work, but it really is more about the support from our fan base, our family, our friends, and everybody in between, our partners, our sponsors, everything that has made this thing go. So great job to everybody who's been involved in this over the years. Great job. Absolutely great job. All right, Al, how are we looking on Super Chats?
We are caught up on Super Chats. We got a few more that came in. Oh, whoa, we actually caught it. Hold on a second. Where is everything? Hold on one second. Now I got to refresh this whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold
Okay.
on.
Let me know.
Okay, yeah. We got through most of these. All right. Here we go. All right, I'm caught up where it is. I can start. Shout out to Mr. Kev for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. He says, shout out to the Stratocaster, the original Boston Nick and CP the franchise, the KFTV Puppet Master. Go Knicks all season. All right, man. I got people like to throw the Boston thing out there, and I know my wife is hearing this right now, and she finds it comical. I am originally from New York. All right, born and raised. I've been out here a good amount of time, but I get y'all. I get it. All right, just want to make that clear, man. 914 all day. Shout out to CL Kenrick. Appreciate you for the $2 super chat. Shout out to I'm just gonna say G Younger. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat as well. We got a $5 super chat from Scully Man TV. Appreciate you. Says Wagwan to the KFTV family. Over 1,000 viewers and only 400 likes. Let's do better. Yeah, man.
400 likes. Yeah. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Listen, man, we know whenever, when people watch YouTube, you can be fans of the show, and, it's just human nature. It's not to say that you don't want to hit the like button. You're just watching, right? You're just watching. Your favorite show you're watching. Like, I have a lot of my favorite shows on YouTube I just watch. The like button. Hit the like button all the time. Hit the share button all the time if you can. It just helps us go a long way as it taps into the algorithm and just helps boost the show to show it to more people. So it goes a long way. We appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to CL Kenrick again for a $5 super chat. Says, much respect to KFTV. Forget Giannis and free Dante. Alvarado is welcome. We don't need that CP and AT bars. All right.
Let's go.
Shout out to Randy Johnson for being a franchise channel member for 20 months. Says, win or lose, you're my piece. Let's go Knicks. Shout out to you, Randy.
Salute.
We got Sharon. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Says, let's go. We're in the cup. Salute to 99,000 family. We got Timothy Danzler in here. Shout out to you for $5 super chat for being a franchise channel member. Here's a small contribution to 100,000. I'm a day one and I'm here for infinity. Let's get the cup and then get the Larry O'Brien in June. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Man.
Timothy Dantzler, man. Another one, man. Appreciate you guys. All the franchise channel members, man. We appreciate you. All the day ones. You guys know who you are, man. All the mods, man. We appreciate all of the support, man. Real talk. It means a lot. Really does mean a lot, man. All right,
Last,
yeah, go ahead.
last one we got is Vic from the Sty, $2 super chat.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Salute to the gold standard in Knicks content. Let's go Knicks.
Vic, we appreciate you, man. He's always in. He's on every show. A shout out to Vic from the Sty. Real talk. All right, Al, let's get to the phones, man, and talk to the people. STGNick, Ed, unmute your mic.
How we doing? Good win for sure tonight, I thought.
Yep.
There's a lot in this game, I thought. First, I just wanted to start off with Karl Towns. Where would you rank this in his best games as a Knicks so far? I mean, there was a little bit more stakes in this game, and I just thought the efficiency was off the charts. What was it, 9 of 11 for 29 points? He wasn't really trying to do too much. I thought he played, well within the flow for sure. Played solid defense, wasn't complaining a lot. I thought, overall, one of his better games overall as a Knicks. So big props to the big bodega. And then I thought, when the lights are bright, Cap was just unbelievable all around. I think he finished with 8 assists as well, 40 points, 8 assists. Got to his spots. I thought there were some clips of him looking sick. We can call it maybe a little bit of a flu game or whatever, but he was excellent. And then, I thought Tyler Kolek, gave solid minutes for us for sure. But overall, great outing from the squad. Josh, I thought was excellent pushing the ball in transition. And now we just await for the result of this game right here. We got OKC in San Antonio. It's a close game at halftime. OKC up by 3. Who would you guys rather see in the championship? This is actually interesting though. So this final game in the Cup championship doesn't count towards the standings. So if we see OKC, maybe we try to be a little creative. It doesn't hurt us in the standings. So looking forward to that for sure.
However, and SGG brought up a great point in Gamer Go Full Box. SCG brought up a great point now that I didn't get a chance to speak on it. I don't know if he spoke on it before we started, but this game against the Magic counts against the season series.
Yeah, I mentioned
so
that.
They were able to tie the season series with this win tonight. So that's even bigger than this Cup win, is tying the season series, where in the event they get tied at the end of the season, you just never know. The tiebreaker doesn't go to either team. It'll go to, I believe it goes to, does it go to conference record? It would have to, right? Because if head-to-head you're tied, it would have to go to conference record after that, I believe.
I think it is conference record, yeah. It has to go to conference record.
Yeah, so, that to me is even bigger because Orlando came out, they beat the Knicks the first 2 games, and then the Knicks won just last Sunday, and now they win tonight. So to get this extra game in the NBA Cup, for those people that are like, who cares about the Cup, who cares? Hey, you just never know when you might need to pull this card when the season is over. You just never know if you have to pull that card. You know what I'm saying now?
For sure, and TM confirmed as well in the chat saying it is conference record after head-to-head battle. So there you go, man. And I did mention that earlier, so that's why it's great. And that's why it's also like there's more stakes to this game than just like, all right, it's just for the cup, it's just for the prize money, it's for the trophy. It's also, if Orlando won today, then they own the record, right? 3-1. The next thing you know, like if it comes down to matchups and seeding, they would have had that if the Knicks were tied, right? So thank God for that. Thank God the Knicks came out with their A game. But that's also why you just felt the intensity was just amplified in this one. There were so many stakes involved, and that's why this game was a good mark for the Knicks saying, hey, when the lights are the brightest, when there's a lot on the line, this team can come out there and compete, man. And regardless of all the injuries, because the Knicks team is dealing with injuries too, they did what they had to do. They took care of business. Shout out to them.
Yeah. And which is why SCG, when SCG's asking, do you want to see the Spurs or the Thunder? There is no question. I don't give a damn about the Spurs. They're not going to be there in the championship when it really matters. I want to see the Thunder. I want to see the Thunder. There is no other team. I don't care who wins this tonight. Even if the Spurs win, I want to see the Knicks play the Thunder in the championship for the NBA Cup. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that matchup. I do not want to wait until March. All right? Because everybody's just on this Thunder. The Knicks have talent. The Knicks have enough to go the distance. Okay? I'm not overlooking the Thunder. They are a fantastic team, and they probably will beat the win record. Do not put anything past Cap and the rest of the squad. The way that Bridges is playing, OG, I'll get Cat. I'll get the Cat. Because I'm trusting them other guys. All right? I'm trusting those other guys.
Hey, it was one good game, CP, and that's you know what I mean, like for a two-way performance. But to now get to and look, I want to see them play against OKC too. Doesn't really like. I would like to see that for a matchup. I know I said early in the show it doesn't matter who I play. I would like to see Thunder over Spurs. I think either way it's just going to be very interesting. Like there's just other reasons for the Spurs, but I understand why the Thunder.
I want to see the Thunder. Now, I wish Deuce was here. I wish we were full squad. I don't even care, man. Give me the Thunder. I can't wait till March, bro. I can't wait till March. I might even go down to OKC for that game. I want to see these two teams playing, man.
Wait a minute. Hold on. There is no way in hell you would go down to OKC to go watch the Knicks play the Thunder. You would rather come to Boston. You'd rather go to Toronto during dead of winter than go to OKC. That is a lie.
All right, that might be a Scott's talking, but hey, I'm in there. Do it just to get there, man. I'm one show for the fans, by the fans. STG was asking, was this his best game of the Knicks? No, I'm gonna go with Game 3 against the Pacers. I mean, he staved us off from a sweep. You know what I'm saying? In that game. So I think that Game 3 performance where you drop the 17 in the fourth against the Pacers last year.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that one. One. I was gonna ask, are we talking about like regular season only, or we're talking about both regular and postseason?
Yeah, I can't tell you what his best regular season game was. He's played 82 game season. I'm going to put money time.
So you're gonna take the Pacers over the Detroit game? Because I'm going Detroit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm going Detroit. My
that?
reasoning is.
Was that
it was Game 4. Yeah, it was Game 4. Reasoning because, he always gets questioned, how tough is he physically, which I don't think that's the right one. It's always the mental. It's always like, are you there mentally? That's always been the thing for me when it comes to like evaluating Karl Anthony Towns. But if we're going to talk about Cat's toughness and like mentally being there and the physicality, I'm going to go with Game 4 against Detroit, because in a matchup where, look, man, let's just keep it being like those games were very tightly contested, like every single game. I gotta give the Detroit one, just because we're talking about a few things here or there could have been closer, but I'm going with Detroit.
What do you guys think in the chat, man? What do you guys think in the chat? What was Karl Anthony Towns' best game as a Knick? Was it the Detroit game in Game 4? Game 4? Or was it the Pacers series Eastern Conference Finals in Game 3? What do you guys think? Leave some comments in the chat, and we'll shout you guys out, man. What you guys think about it? All right, let's get to some more in the chat. Who we got in the chat there, man? On the Discord. Let's go to Mike from Michigan. Mike, how are you feeling, man?
CP Alex, how y'all feeling, man? Y'all good?
Yeah, great, man. How you feeling, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Y'all know me. I'm usually pretty mellow, calm, and collected, but I got smoke for these Magic fans, man. I'm tired of these dudes, man. I swear the Magic fans, they're tied with the Pistons fans for the most entitled first-round exit fan base in the league right now. All they do is talk. All they do is chat, and they haven't done anything. And so, the game tonight, Jalen Suggs, it was cute in the first half, but he did what he does, and he turned into Jalen Hurts. I've never seen a player hurt himself more in the league ever than this dude, Jalen Suggs, man. It was just annoying. Long flight back to Orlando, and they could play that phony song when they do it. But that's enough on them fools, man. I was getting tired of that. But
so
as it pertains to the game, what I really liked about it, I mean, and a lot's been said. One of the things I was really looking at was, what kind of adjustments can Mike Brown make when he's given, a few extra days? And in some ways that can simulate what you'll see in the playoffs. We're never going to be a play-in team. So, you have that sort of hiatus before the playoffs start. in the playoff schedule, usually you can have a couple days in between games here and there. And I thought that having that extra time, having played the Magic 3 times already, really gave him an opportunity to look at some different things. And like people were saying, he threw some different lineups out there. We weren't predictable. Of course, Brunson, gave them just straight buffet work, like real easy work. It's probably the easiest 40 I've seen him score, because he'd have 40-point games, previous years, but he'd have to work for them. And for all this talk about, the long physical wings, and that's what it takes to guard him. A lot of his points, he was just getting effortless. And I think a lot of it, even though, there was some ISO work, a lot of that was predicated just by the difference in the system, the difference in the energy. And I think that's a credit to Mike Brown and his staff and the way that they're switching things up. So I think that bodes well for us going forward. And like y'all said, I want to see the Thunder. I want to see us go head to head with, the team that's already, they're coming off the title and they're looking crazy right now. But I want to see how we match up, and that can inform some of what we do maybe going into this deadline. But the last thing I'll say is, I think that we're good on the Giannis thing. I think part of what we're seeing is that there's something to be said about continuity. And sometimes to get the kind of flow and the kind of clicking that we saw tonight, you got to give guys time to gel. It takes time, and we can't always be thinking about who's the next shiny toy to bring in. Commit to a core, of course, add around it, but just continue to build that continuity. Trust the process, trust the system, and I think good things will be ahead. So I appreciate y'all, and shout out to y'all for getting close to 100K. Appreciate the work y'all put in. And let's go Knicks, man. Let's get that cup.
Mike from Michigan, appreciate you, man. Shout out to Mike from Michigan on the check-in. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, man, there's definitely something to be said about, them having the time off, and also, you just never know. Well, you just never know. It's very early in the season, man. This is not, you don't crown champions halfway through. You don't crown champions during the NBA Cup. Long season, man. And then when the playoffs start, it's another season. Different than this. Different.
Yeah. And whoa. That's why you got to wait, man, until everything's all said and done. Look, we can go back to the 73-9 Warriors, man. That was supposed to be a team that was like, oh, look at them about to again, right?
Yeah.
Then look what happens. Then we have the greatest comeback that we've ever seen, being down 3-1 in an NBA Finals Cavaliers, which no other team except them has done. So you just never know. And then look, how many times we have to hear that the Celtics were touted as like, oh, this is the year to win the championship? Or how about the one where you think they were going to beat the Warriors? And the Warriors come out of nowhere, right? Clay coming back from all the injuries. Wiggins deciding to look like, I don't even know who he was looking like that postseason run, but he was looking phenomenal. Steph putting up crazy numbers. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. Even though the Miami Heat never won a game, did anyone ever think that Jimmy Butler was going to get to the NBA Finals twice leading his teams? Like, you just never know. So it's like, you got to wait until everything's... Injuries are going to happen. That's just part of the game. And look, teams grow and they evolve, man. That's what's so much fun about sports. How you start is not necessarily how you're going to end, man. That's why teams like, we'll even talk about your beloved Giants, man, when they beat the Patriots twice.
Yeah.
Didn't start out great, but
No.
hey, they did what they had to do, man, and then they win the championship. So you just never know is what I'm getting to. That's all.
Yeah. That's a good point by you and good analogy by you, man. I give you credit for giving the Giants credit.
I got you, man. Well, I'll tell you why, CP. I'll tell you why I do this. All right?
Yeah.
Being a young college student, a freshman, back in 2007. Albany, for those people who don't know, I know the young generation probably doesn't. SUNY Albany was where the New York Giants trained, all right, for offseason.
That's right, sir.
What did the people in New England, because it's not too far from Mass, Vermont, all those places are right next door. What did they do when it was the Patriots going against the Giants? They came to Albany. All these New Englanders came to to Albany because they're like, oh, we're gonna go right where the Giants practice, and we're gonna celebrate in your faces. Well, I can tell you that some of those cars did not make it out alive. Some of those cars were tipped. All right, so just saying, man. Just saying.
So salute to everybody.
There's some hatred even from my young days towards New England.
Oh, I know it, sir. I know it, sir. Oh, good, man. We appreciate you either way, man. Let's get to Wise Guy. Wise Guy up next, man. Salute.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, sir. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Yo, shout out to y'all. Shout out to KFTV chat. Calling in for the stadium report.
You were there? You in Vegas?
Yeah, I live here.
Oh, that's right. All right, let's go, man. How was it, man?
First off, it was 95% Knicks fans. I saw 7 Orlando Magic jerseys. Total.
Let's go.
It was wild. But overall, great win. Great game for Kolek.
Damn. He was so happy. He left us, bro. He left us, man. All right. Well, we'll call back. Wise Guy, we'll call back on the stadium report. We'll get his call. We'll get his call in there. Let's get to Carlo from the Philippines. Carlo, go ahead and unmute your mic. Carlo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's good,
sir?
Hey, what's good, man?
Cup Finals, man.
Yes, sir. We in there, man. How you feel?
The Knicks played a very fast pace, and you can see Mike Brown signaling to turn on those Jets. But Jalen Brunson is on a MVP level in this game, and I don't know if the rumors are true, but it's on my feed. But he pulled off a Dennis Rodman. Yeah, I think he was out all night in Vegas, and he went home at 4 a.m. and still dropped 40. I don't know if that's true.
I think that was, wishful thinking, AI generated.
Yeah.
Fake news by the Magic fan base. They were grasping at. Yeah, they were throwing it. They were trying to sully Cap's name. People would text me, CP, what do you think about this? I don't think anything about it. He's going to go out there and kill. I told you what he was going to drop. He dropped it. We got the win, and we going to the finals. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. But Cat also is aggressive, and we keep reiterating this to him. Just play aggressive on offense, and on defense, just keep in mind Mark Jackson. Hand down, man down. And kudos to the defensive crew in Josh, OG, Mikal, and Mitchie. Mitchie got to get rid of his yips, but they need to feed the ball to Mitchie on the inside, like the way Alonzo Trier used to throw him the lob during his rookie year. OG scares me a lot, especially when he shouts. When the dog cries like that, you immediately panic. And he has this new move now, and I observed this one on the Raptors game as well. He attacks the basket like he was riding a bike sideways in the air. And it's so scary and it's dangerous. But shout out to OG. But I like to especially mention my boy, Tyler Kolek. Those are productive minutes, and he's reminding us amidst of the trade that he's here to stay. Do you see the Grand Theft Kolek steal of the baseline and the assist to Mikal? Yeah, we don't need Grand Theft Alvarado. Despite his short stature, he is just making it work on defense. And speaking of trades, I just have a short take regarding on the Giannis trade rumors.
Okay.
I haven't say my take on this, but we should not make a big splash trade, especially for making a good team play right now, and because we got good chemistry, and we don't want to sabotage the camaraderie and the continuity. But this is my analogy. I had the He-Man and Battle Cat action figure when I was a kid, and I still have it until this day. But I'm just greedy a little kid before, and I want to have a Castle Grayskull. So my mom and me are walking in the mall, and we passed by a toy store, and I saw this Castle Grayskull and did my tantrums like every kid would do. So my mom would give me the claw instead. You know when our moms used to hold it together so she won't be embarrassed herself in public?
Yeah, 100%.
So she gave me the pincher instead because the He-Man playset, even though this was in the 80s, it cost half of my dad's salary. But my point is, we have to be contented and satisfied with our He-Man and Jalen Brunson and our Battle Cat in Carl Anthony Towns. Although sometimes he acts like he's cringer, but tonight, Carl Anthony Towns is Battle Cat. So that's all I have to say. Hey, shout out to my friends in the chat, Will Mercado, Nacho Lubregat, and Tony Richardson.
Man.
Hey, shout out to Yabu Woes for missing the backdoor play, and shout out to Clarkson for missing the pass to Michael Bridges. Man.
Oh my God. Brutal, man. But we got the dub. Shout out to Carlo in the chat, man.
Thank you.
Chat for Carlo. Throw some fives in the chat for the He-Man reference. Those of you young representatives. Okay, Al, are you familiar with He-Man, bro?
Come on, man. I watched He-Man growing up. Stop with this. Stop.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking the temperature, bro. I'm just checking. Shout out to everybody that had the He-Man toy back in the day, man. If you got the He-Man toy for Christmas, Skeletor and all of that, I got both of them. Christmas Day, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta love the Skeletor memes. Now remember.
Classic. Masters of the Universe. Dolph Lundgren, the movie. Do you remember the movie, Alex?
That I don't.
We got him. You don't remember the Masters of the Universe movie? Classic American cinema.
I was too busy on the Transformers movie. That's why.
Yeah, they're talking all this merger. Oh, these guys are going to buy Warner Brothers, this, that, and the third. Well, if the movies still suck, who cares? You don't even get quality movies anymore.
This is true.
What was the last good movie you went to the movies to go see?
I haven't been to the movie theaters in a long time.
There you go. If it's not a Marvel,
I will also say this, too.
Yeah.
Bring down the prices of movie theaters, man, because they're crazy.
If it's not a Marvel movie, everything in the theaters has been trashed. Somebody in the chat, tell me, what was the last movie you paid to go see in the theater? Oh, it's all, man, what a mega blockbuster. Who's winning but the guys who paid to get the deal? It ain't the consumer. Movies are still trash. I don't care how much billions of dollars you put in your pocket. The movies are still garbage. That ain't helping me. Sorry, I had to get on my soapbox.
There you go. It's all good, man.
These people, oh my God, this major thing and Paramount and all these people. Who's winning? Give me a break.
Don't worry. KFTV.
Yeah.
KFTV Studios. Open it up.
Yeah. Make my own damn movie. I did hear, shout out to El Subway, my barber did tell me the new Predator movie was hard. And I was surprised to hear that. They made like 8 of them already. Yeah.
Yo, there's too many remakes, man.
James Buckley said Casablanca.
Casablanca? Oh my God.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you guys are saying Sinners. How long ago did Sinners come out? That's my point. Sinners been out.
We're talking about Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah, are we talking about Humphrey Bogart? Casablanca is a new one. Dolph Lundgren, Lion King, Return of Mufasa. All right, okay. Black Panther. But these are all long ago. I'm talking about recently, guys. Recently.
You're talking about like right now.
Yeah. Nobody has anything. Stuart Little, oh my God. Yeah, I did hear the Predator movie was good. Good Fortune, says Fabian. All right, never heard of it.
Avatar next week. Okay.
Avatar, Rocky 3. Avatar next week. Okay. Last movie I paid to see was Stop Making Sense, remastered. Okay. Yeah, okay. Everybody's just saying,
everyone's joking around throwing out old films, bro.
Okay, Marty Supreme. Shout out to my guys, Josh Softy. I was supposed to go check it out.
Oh, John Wick. Someone said John Wick.
Which one? The remake that they made about the lady Wick?
Which John Wick do we have? John Wick 4?
Last movie I saw was the Fantastic Four joint.
How'd you feel about that one?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Like I said, if it's not the Marvel movies, like it's really not like The movies are cooked, bro. They're cooked, bro.
You know what it is, CP? It's because people want to stream and they want more detail. They want like season series. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think this is just back in my day type of type of thing. I think it's real. I just feel like you go back 5-10 years ago, there used to be like movie after movie after movie, like good movies out in the theaters.
Bro, how about during a time where we used to get like a Will Smith like blockbuster every summer?
I Am Legend. Fire. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I was about to say, if you went into the back of my time, I used to pay go watch the movies.
Like, back in the day, man, like, bro, Titanic, you went to go see Titanic in the theaters, the whole thing, top to bottom, was packed for weeks. And it was a good movie. Then, oh my God, back in my day, bro, when Scream and that came out, all the horror joy, when Scream came out, 2, 3, packed. Good joint. I Know What You Did Last Summer, packed. It's just, I don't know. It's not like that no more, man. New Line Cinema used to have the joints, bro.
The Dark Knight. That, to me, that was like,
Crack. But that's what I'm
chef's
saying.
Kiss, man.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's not a superhero movie, are there really, like, what was the last, like, non-superhero movie that was good to go to in the theater? Like, yo, go see this. People say Sinners. That was mad. That was months ago, bro. I didn't even see it yet, but that was months ago. Freddie versus...
I don't even go to the movies that much.
Or maybe is it just like we our habits are just changing? Maybe we're just watching it all at home, where it's like we're just inundated with good stuff. Maybe, but all the good stuff that I've watched were series, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think people just like enjoy. Like, look, Stranger Things dropped for me first 4 episodes. I binged all of those. I'm waiting for the second volume and then the finale for day. And it's like stuff like that I'm interested in, man. Just I like season series more than I like sit down. Me and the missus watched The Godfather again. That's what we did more recently. Yeah,
that's good.
While doing reruns or rewatches, I should say, like stuff like that.
Home Alone, quality American cinema. Home Alone, man. Like, they just don't make it like that no more. But you watch it, you watch it on Christmas, man. I'm waiting for Paradise season 2 to come out. That was a fantastic series. Is Lioness done? Are they done making Lioness? I was on a good run. People were catching me up on good series. I watched Paradise. That was incredible. I thought Lioness was fantastic. What was the other series I watched? I watched a couple good series, man. I watched the what was the one on Netflix with the people who owned the dock, the boathouse with the dock, and they were doing they were flipping drugs and all of that. That was a pretty good series. Water, something on the water. I forgot. I just watched that one fairly recently. I was watching what was the one on Apple TV?
Severance.
With the dude. No, the dude who he played Pablo Escobar in Narcos, but on this one, he was also flipping drugs, but with the other dude was the main character. Dope Boy? Was it Dope Boy? Trap Boy? I think it was Dope Boy on Apple TV. I fell off on Ozarks. I'm going to catch up on Ozarks.
It is Dope Boy, yeah.
Dope Boy was pretty good.
Dope Thief. That's what you're talking about.
Dope Thief. I got to watch Last of Us season 2. So now, so you're right, Al. So like we're going into series that are good, but the movies just are not good, man. The movies are not compelling anymore. I don't know. I heard about Formula One, man. First off, like the sport is taking off like crazy, but I heard the Formula One movie was really good.
Yeah, I did hear I did hear good stuff about it.
Yeah,
I did hear good stuff.
All right, let's check it out and let's do a review, man. KFTV
now get into movie reviews, series reviews.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. At the end of the show, we talked about the game, man. We'll check back Tuesday on the Knicks. We in after hours now. Okay.
How to pay? Let's talk video games now.
We covered the game enough, man. You know, they out in Vegas. They trust me, they're out hitting the slots in the private blackjack games. All right, so they're out doing their thing. We'll do our thing, man. The new Street Fighter movie. How about that, Al?
I have not seen that one.
Well, it just came out. 50's playing Balrog.
50's in this? Oh my goodness gracious.
50's playing Balrog. Haircut and all. 50's playing Balrog. Who used to pick Balrog in Street Fighter? Is anybody in the chat that used to pick Balrog in Street Fighter? I did watch the Diddy documentary. I'm almost done with the Puff documentary. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I got to watch that. I got to watch that. I've been all over that stuff, man. Like, you know, Puff and like, you know, everything on YouTube. Like past couple of years, man. All these podcasts is between Vlad, Art of Dialogue. You know, everybody's trying to, you know, solve the Biggie and Tupac murders through the interviews with all the surviving, like, cliques and people and family. So between Vlad and Art of Dialogue, like, I feel like I've solved the murders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I have a good understanding. Because you wanted closure, bro, especially with the, and I'm going way off on a tangent, but I'm just talking about my interest in this thing. You know, especially when B.I.G. died, like, you needed closure. Like, who did it? But, you know, with all the interviews that have been going on along the years, and then with this Puff documentary, you kind of have a good idea what the hell happened here. So it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate time in history, in the history of the culture. The whole Puff situation, I mean, he's doing time for terrible deeds that he did. But I also think it's just all the years of bad karma catching up to him. He had to catch up with him. He was doing way too much dirt. He did way too many people dirty. Way too many people died under his watch. And this situation was just the last straw where it just all came to a head and just caught up to him. That's what I think it is, you know. And it just caught up to him. All the demons, all the devilish thing that he did, it all came up, caught up to him at this thing. And so he's doing time and he's paying for it right now. So I finished watching that. But yeah, I'm looking for the next thing, man. Like, I'm about to wrap up the show and look for the next thing.
All right.
You know what I'm
I gotta check out now I gotta check it out. Now you sold me on it. Now you sold me on why, because I saw the documentary. I was like, do I really need to get into this right? Should this be in my top watch right now? Because, you know, I'll watch, like, I like Starting Five. I still need to catch up on the new start. I like the first one.
Yeah. I mean, like, with the Puff thing, like, it wasn't anything that I would say I learned that was new. It was still just, like, eye-opening, and it was still ridiculous that he would even record himself as he was in the midst of going to jail. I just didn't understand why he would even do that. And then the fact that he didn't pay the guy who recorded him, and so the guy that recorded him selling the footage to 50, his arch nemesis. What's crazy?
Hey, you know, 50's having a grand old time with this.
He throws it out. He's making the money off it. Obviously, I guess it's in good legal standing to do so. I mean, it's just we're living in the Matrix, bro, is what I'm trying to say. You know, this whole diatribe that I've gone into about movies and all that, we're in the Matrix, bro. All right? Point blank. We are living in the Matrix. Everything that you see going on in this world today, we are in the Matrix, man. All right? That's it, man. That's how I want to close tonight's show, bro.
Let me not take anything seriously. Let me just know that I'm in a simulation. Wake me up. Somebody wake me up.
We are in the midst of a simulation, bro. All right, let's wrap up with these last two super chats, man, and then we can boogie, man. What's up?
Welcome to KFTV After Dark, man. Welcome to KFTV After Dark.
KFTV After Dark, man. That's it.
Nah, I like it, man. I like it. All right, so where are we at with this? Trying to get through. Let's see. Where did I leave off?
Respect Jack. That little rod part of the Puff. Yeah, now you gotta watch a Puff documentary out. Now you gotta watch.
Now you just sell it. Now I gotta watch this thing.
You gotta watch it, man. Like it's sad, but also like borderline comedy, but like also borderline absurd. It's a lot of things.
Oh,
You know?
anything that's absurd, anything absurd, I'll gladly go tap in.
Yeah.
Let's go watch. I'm gonna go watch this now. Gotta get the misses on this. It's all right. But back to the super chats. We got Empire. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, and for being a franchise channel member. Said, okay, we here in Vegas to cash in some chips, but we have to let it ride. Let's go. We got DJ Edsy. Shout out to you for the £5. He said, milk and 2 sugars, please. Cat is like a Jamaican restaurant. You just don't know what you can get or what is going to get. He is going to give you.
That's facts. Great comment. Great comment by Etsy. You don't know what you're gonna get, what they're out of. You just don't.
You got any oxtail?
Nah.
Got none of that.
Nah.
Well, we got the official Drelowski in here for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. We got El Dantastico. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat. Says Knicks in 26. We got Wafton Fam. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat for being a franchise channel member. I'll take Clarkson over Campaign any day. I am in agreement with you, man. Cardiac and all. More
athletic. But he's able to.
Immortal Cuts. What is that? Shout out to Immortal Cuts for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you for being a franchise channel member as well. It says a couple of good series to watch from and The Outsider. So From and The Outsider are 2 other shows that are being recommended. And then El Tastico, shout out for you again for another $20 super chat. Says, I want to live a Matrix where the Knicks win a championship. Hey, me. If we're in a simulation, CP, can the Knicks win one?
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't they say the Simpsons already called it?
Oh, yeah, they did. That's right.
Yeah.
Because the Simpsons are right about 99.9%.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, man. All right, great show, Al. We'll get it cracking for Knicks Weekly. Salute to the chat. Salute to the mods. We got all the super chats?
Yep, that's all the super chats.
All right. Great show, everybody, man. All the franchise channel members, we appreciate you. Damn, 2 hours, 20 minutes, man. We really cooked this thing tonight. But, hey, it's a good show for the #1 show for the fans by the fans. Like we said, man, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, man, Knicks Weekly, man. #1 show for the fans by the fans. Like, share, subscribe. We out of here. Peace.